But are we?
Buddy.
I
Hello
mean,
there.
yes. Also, it's probably the fastest turnaround time of any Saved by the Spells. Because I don't think in the entire time we've gone that we've ever had back-to-back weeks.
I
We
think we
have.
had it a bit earlier when we were starting up.
It was early on because we were trying to get some footing. I remember because
Ah.
that was the week I had my car accident.
Fair enough. Wait a second. Is every time we do back-to-back weeks, someone has to have something bad happen to them? Because if so, let's not do it again. Because I broke a tooth this week.
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah.
That's a big oof.
The in-laws have COVID.
Yeah. Mom and Dad are not having a good time.
Oof. Well then, we might as well just start going around the horn. CG, why don't you start us off?
Hello, I am the CG. You can find me nowhere because I don't much care for social media, but you can find me on various Good Beans D&D channels such as twitch.tv/fartingtark, where you can see me tomorrow for War of the Shattered Sun, where we are continuing some much needed downtime after about 3 months of Hell Dimension. God, Hell Dimension sucked. But you can also find me on that same channel every other Tuesday normally, but for this month we have Festive Fantasy 3, in which I DM and do a Final Fantasy themed D&D mini campaign. Our party went around and got blessings from the Espers, which kind of stand in for gods, who are all pretty chill, but they're all very, very open that they need the party to go kill something, and that's something. It is. We'll just say it's the ultimate challenge. We'll go with that. But that's mostly it for someone who may or may not be suffering through that. How about that one Wily Willy?
Oh, you can find me at XWildWilly on Twitch and Twitter, where I play randomizers, mostly, and sometimes other stuff. I also have a YouTube, Ko-Fi, Blue Sky, running out of forgetting all my things. All at Wily Willy. And yes, you can find me playing in Festive Fantasy this year on every other Tuesday, or every Tuesday. Then we go back to our bi-weekly Ravnica games. That's gonna be fun to play in with, given what happened.
Mm,
But yes. Zai, where can we find you as I stall for time so you can react and unmute?
Hello, hello. You can find me here on Instagram at Zyme site and on pretty much everywhere else and Blue Sky at Zyme. Yeah, been playing some Final Fantasy X. Beat the hell out of sandworms. Made our way to home. Home didn't look so great. And we are now on an airship, and I'm reminded about how much I love Sid because he is best uncle. Um, Other than that, looking forward to Tekken. Might play some Tekken on the 21st. Played the demo 2 days ago. Hella fun, hella short. Need more Tekken. Give me. Press all buttons. That's me. Bob, your turn.
Greetings and salutations, friendzos. I am Shadowdancer Bob. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Blue Sky, Patreon at Shadowdancer Bob. You can find me doing things like Indare Plays Cuisinier, where we talked a little bit about Indare's backstory and hinted a little bit into other members of the party's backstory, which I am very interested to explore with maybe a little bit of judgment going on. Coming up on my channel, we've got a lot of D&D going on with the Maelstrom on Sundays. Additionally, we may see the return of the Wolf Lord in Jurassic Park Operation Jurassic Park 2, where I'm going to be continuing his work, creating chaos and building dinosaur-based theme parks to only unleash dinosaurs on an unsuspecting population. Let's see. A lot of D&D, so much D&D, an incredible amount of D&D. Come watch the Maelstrom. Krista, where can people find you?
Hi, I'm Schrodinger's streamer, basically. I exist here, and then I don't exist. I am a figment of your imagination. Um, you can basically only find me here, and sometimes as the disembodied voice on my husband's streams. In fact, husband, go!
Hey everyone, Twitch, Twitter, JFrost747. Streams are likely up in the air due to the holiday seasons and everything else. Find me over on Bean's channels like twitch.tv/FartingTart, or as previously mentioned, or the Shattered Sun campaign, and for our both Festive Fantasy and Rascals and Ravnica. You'll also find me here every other Saturday for our Saved by the Spell stream, of which I DM. And hopefully soon enough, I'll be starting to stream a Nuzlocke of Pokemon Emerald with my beloved here. Looking forward to it. I'm going to probably die within the first 20 minutes. Who knows? We'll find out. And that's all from me. Who has not gone?
Vaughn.
Ah, well then. Hello, you've already found me here, twitch.tv/BurnoutVaughn. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, Blue Sky, and over at Burnout Vaughn, and over on Patreon at Burnout's Bar, where you can help support us and help get all kinds of you can tell I'm not good at Patreon, but you can help support this channel as well as all the various streams on it. Aside from that, hopefully, finally this week we will get back into things with Wizard Sib's play, and we will start up our first session with Resident Evil 3 remake Nemesis.
Yes.
Oh, it's time for. It's gonna be the question of will we hate Nemesis more than Mr. X or less?
I'm just excited to play as the best boss bitch. That's what I'm here for.
But
I promise not to come into your stream and share my opinion.
Oh, I already know how you feel about 3.
Well, with that out of the way, though, let's just hop on over here as we play the lovely theme song by our good friend Wiley as we get ready for the game.
A brand called Iron Smoke. You might like their drink flavors for bourbon and stuff.
Good deal.
All right, J Frost, if you would please take us away.
Alrighty. Let me play some music. I'm gonna play this one, seeing as how we're not in school anymore. For inspiration for today's session, who would like to give a rundown? I know you did it last time, Lon?
Yes.
So, who else would like to do it?
You know what? I'll take a crack at it if nobody else wants it. If somebody else does want it, I'll step aside.
Well, I was going to say yes, but I already have inspiration, so I'll pass.
It looks like it's you, Bob. Take it away.
So there we were at the hotel. Salas and I were clearing out everybody's room of everything that wasn't nailed down and stuffing them into the handy haversack because you never know what you're going to need in the future. Eventually, we were all gathered up into the lobby where the professors told us that we were going to be taking a 6-hour trek into the desert, stopping at a couple of oases along the way in order to try to prepare to go get to the dig site. Belky thought that we were going to be heading back to the hotel room each night and only decided to pack one change of clothes. And apparently she learned the hard way. We eventually get to the dig site where we learn that we're being met by man, Montana Jack, Ohio Jimmy. I didn't pay attention to his name because the guy seems too pompous and full of himself, and that's coming from somebody like me. So we go around, we choose our resting spots, we get separated and end up going to the various dig spots. I don't find a damn thing, so I end up just giving up halfway through and just sitting under a tree. Apparently, Salus and Daedalus end up finding things and fall through holes in the ground like some kind of a pit. They found a whole bunch of stuff in the first pit down below, like a dead guy by the name of Jim. Human civilizations are weird. I mean, why do people name their kids Jim or Steve or Bob? It doesn't make a lick of sense, but I'm getting off topic.
Ah, but Pussycat, it was a dwarven ruin.
Fair.
Yeah.
Very
They're
fair.
even weirder.
I didn't go into the first one, so that would be why I didn't pay too much attention. I was too busy having lemonade underneath the palm tree. Anyway, they end up coming up from the first one, didn't find a whole lot, but upon the second one, they went down, and then we end up getting the call that there was trouble going on. So the rest of the party goes down, and it turns out that two of our own fought a giant scorpion and managed to kill it. While everybody else was beginning to wander on, Iapetus and I harvested the scorpion and wandered forward, only to find a couple treasure chests that were locked up tight. The rest of the party ended up exploring the ruins, finding a cavern heading way deep down. And inside the treasure chest, we found a number of goodies. Let's see. We found a journal, which was the most important thing, which I immediately tossed over to Salus, which detailed the remnants of Karsus's folly, which, I mean, I've heard a little bit about it, but given that I'm not from this plane of existence, it's not as big a deal for me as it is for everybody else, which seems to think it's one of the biggest finds in the century or something like that. But we ended up going upstairs, divvying up everything that we had, and then we went to bed. Now, I didn't hear a damn thing because I was too busy trying to keep myself from freezing to death, but apparently Salus heard something out in the middle of the windstorm and the sandstorm that was going on, saying like, come see us or come to me or something like that. I don't know. I didn't pay too much attention to it.
All right. And dare please mark down one thing of inspiration. A d20.
A wahoo.
But yes, that is basically just about everything. Now, I will say, we will be picking up in the morning. Also, apologies. Oof. You all will awaken to around, I'd say, like 9 o'clock in the morning. Already, food is being prepared for everyone at the dig site. It is a very simplistic breakfast. What you all get is bacon, eggs, some toast, a little bit of butter, jam, some juice, plenty of water, and a couple things of griddle cakes, which are basically pancakes, just made in a smaller griddle. And while this is all going on, you will all be given kind of like you'll all be given this tiny little thing of like a shot glass, basically, where one of Montana's guys are kind of just pouring in kind of this green liquid, and they go, "All right, want to drink this up?" and they hand it to each of you as you are eating your breakfast.
Can I roll a nature or something to kind of figure out what this is?
By all means, please
I
roll
think
a
I
nature.
have an idea what it might be, but oh boy, nature. Why did I ask for this? 13?
What did you have an idea for what this is? I'm curious.
Some form of preventative antitoxin based on the fact that we ran into a giant scorpion earlier.
You would be correct, believe it or not. It is an antitoxin, but it tastes like crap.
Oh, I know we need it, but bleh.
Belgy looks at the green liquid and goes, "Hey, I take my coffee with like milk and sugar and not green. What is this?"
That's antitoxin. You're gonna want to drink that. If there was one giant scorpion, expect a giant nest of them.
All right, but you also forbade us from going any deeper. So like,
Yeah.
what's up?
That's because you guys found the entrance to something bigger. We don't know what else we're sitting on.
So like, does that mean we go home now, or?
It means you don't go down into that specific area. There's other dig spots, like spot 5. And spot kind of just thinks. Yeah, spot 5 and whatnot.
Yeah. So like, you just want us to keep digging?
Yeah. See if
Well-
you can find anything else. Besides, we'll be the ones excavating into that place. And he kind
Okay.
of just looks.
But what if we want to go into the place?
Then you can wait. We at least send one experienced adventuring team down into there.
Yeah. Okay.
Best not to. Rule number 1 of going underground: if you see a way down, you be as careful as shit.
We've already I remember our last job. We lost 2 whole squadrons. Anyways,
Well, that's reassuring. Just gonna gulp down the drink.
alright. I will say you all will gulp down unless any of you protest, but I won't make you roll a constitution check or anything. It just tastes nasty. There's a reason antitoxin tastes like ass.
As
Belky
is
will ask.
the case with all medicine.
Belky will ask Indare for a prestidigiment before drinking it, because she knows better. Why the fuck would I want to drink it if it tastes awful?
He hands one over.
Yay!
And as he hands one over, he leans over and he whispers something into Belky's ear.
Mm-hmm. What?
I will roll a stealth check if I need to make sure nobody hears it.
Feel free.
Oh. I see.
Funny.
Do I even hear it with a stealth check like that?
Probably.
You're on the recipient. You're the
Mm.
recipient of it. I would assume so.
I'm teasing.
As he leans in, there's a reason why the pawns go first in chess.
Fair enough. Belky will cheers him with the drink and then take it.
You take it. It tastes like absolute shit.
Had the
It is like liquid grass. The prestigiment immediately does help it, though.
Huh.
But for that brief second, it tastes like... Oh, what's that one chain of restaurants that's basically just feeding you juiced grass?
What?
Yeah, there's an actual chain of restaurants that just juices grass.
Oh yeah,
I mean-
smoothie bars.
Ah! It's a California thing, I don't know.
I mean, it's supposed to be good for you. It's not good for you.
You know what's good for you? Fruits and vegetables, not grass. I'm not a cow.
It's wheatgrass. It's different.
It's still grass.
Shall we go ahead with the dig then?
By all means. I will say you all are free to dig around prior areas, just in case you want to see if you can find anything else. The only spot that has not been touched by your group has been spot 5 and spot 2.
Also, I have a
Jim.
question, because it was one of the last things we did on stream last time. What message did Daedalus' mom send back?
You have not gotten a message back. That's the
Oh.
weird thing.
Also have a question. Last session, Aepatus was trying to mentally map where the hole that we found or the cavern that we found would have been in regards to one of the other spots.
Above,
Which spot was that again?
So, where your group fell in was spot 3, where
Mm-hmm.
you would have had that cavern right here.
Gotcha.
However, this is extremely solid earth. Like, there is stone, sandstone, every kind, plus the wood. So, it's probably best not to try digging in that area.
Oh no, she's not gonna dig in that spot. She's looking for adjacent areas. Okay. Gonna go over to spot 2 then.
Alright.
Once I find my token, because my Roll20's map is being weird.
You're up here.
Thank you.
Alright, so I see Salus and Iapis at spot 2. What about the rest of you? I see Goldblum still down by one of the tents, and Dare up spot 5.
Shade detected.
Shade detected.
Goldblum
And Dare don't
still
give a
almost
fuck.
Spot 3. Oh, hold on. Where would
Computer's
Goldblum...
slow, so I'm stuck.
Oh, you're
Slowly
fine.
moving.
Ironically,
Do you
I can
want-
help you. Do you want 5 or 2?
5.
Oop.
I was there.
Interesting. Alright, we'll take that in.
Meanwhile, Daedalus will
Okay.
go to Iapis and be like, so, I don't know if the message even got to Mom. I cast sending last night, but didn't hear from her.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the last couple times I've even reached out to Mom, I haven't heard anything. But at the same time, it could just have something to do with the magic buffer. Maybe sending is having a longer time getting through. That, or I don't know, maybe the Sultan's folks have to check messages first.
I don't like it. This land is cursed.
It's not cursed, Lucy. It's just different.
I mean, we're standing
Oh,
on possibly the spot of a literal natural disaster, basically.
I wouldn't say that. You never know the exact reasonings.
Well, all we know is that magic failed. So, because basically one of the gods of magic died. I consider that
Yeah,
a
but
pretty
do.
big... I consider that a disaster.
You don't know. You know the lore, but you don't know for certain. Archaeology is about finding facts buried ancient. We need to make sure we don't jump to conclusions unless it's the only possible course available to us.
Well, the only fact we
He's-
have so far is that this land is owned by dwarves.
No, we also have that journal that we found.
What we know is that we've stumbled upon the aftermath of a thing, Lucy. We just don't have all the details.
Speaking of which, I do believe it's time to see if we can find up more details.
It's nice to see you excited about this.
All right. For those doing any digging, please roll me a survival.
2.
16.
Okay.
Hunter school will be great. 19.
18.
Ooh. And I see an enhance ability is being used.
$17.
Belky is gonna let's see. Belky's gonna chill under the tree over here and just play her bass guitar.
Do you want to give bardic inspiration to anyone?
Sure. How about Goldblum, since he's right here?
All right, Goldblum, you can roll a bardic inspiration with this survival.
But I got a 17.
You can hold on to it.
You can hold on.
Yeah.
You can also
Next
make
time.
sure that it's try and crack 20. That seemed to be above game. That seemed to be the magic number last time.
Yeah, sure. Fuck it. What was it?
The
D-
higher you roll, you get better stuff.
Yeah, let me do. I think it's a D8 because I'm a level 5 bard.
Well, that'll do it.
Yeah, that definitely will. We'll start with most of the group. You all begin with Salus, and Dare, Daedalus, and Iapetus. You all begin to dig, and you're finding more and more, like, stone carvings. You're finding more tools. You're finding... At one point... I'm actually going to roll for this one, because this actually is... Oh, that's pretty apt. Iapetus, you actually find this very broken, like, tool that the handle's seemingly pretty large, and it kind of looks like a curve point, but it breaks off halfway. A sickle, maybe? Or something else? You don't know.
Would you say it looks like more sickle or more like scimitar-ish?
I would say roll me an intelligence check. Just an intelligence check.
Okay. Come on, brains. 13.
13. It's too big to be a sickle. There's a halfway cut off. Maybe a sword of some kind? It's definitely broken. And aged.
Oh wow, this is a different blade than what I'm used to. It doesn't quite seem like a sickle, but I can't pinpoint maybe what it is. Salus, what about you? Does it look familiar to you?
Unfortunately, it is a part of a bigger puzzle. We can't even begin to grasp the scope of it until we get the full extent of it, if it's even there.
Point. Well, maybe we can keep an eye out for other pieces of it. Might be able to piece it together.
That'd be nice. Find us a fully preserved relic. Well, even if it's a bit shattered.
Man, tell me about it. Real chat, if we find another arrowhead that looks like mine, I might lose it. Lucy, what about you?
Just sitting here waiting to find out what I've heard. What about me?
Let's see. Ooh, interesting. Daedalus, you actually would have found a kind of a rotted wooden staff that seems to have some detail ornation on it.
Daedalus will, at will, detect magic.
just a ordinary staff. Just ornate, though. So, may have been used by, like, someone of priesthood, maybe.
More indication that whatever was here, at least this level of here, was probably some form of, temple.
More things that point to an existing theory is not worthless, as my mom always said. She used a lot more colorful language, but I'm paraphrasing.
True, but then again, I'm also trying to figure out if what we're finding here is related to whatever... We see the structures around here that were built, so there's two ruins, actually. There's whatever was built on top of what we found down there, and then there's what we're digging through over here. So right now we have two cultures, so I wonder how much drift there will be between the two.
We just need to find the overlap, then, at the end of the day.
True. I mean, this place had also a lot more signs of agricultural, like, stimulation, so maybe this area wasn't really all that much of a desert back then. Or maybe some kind of oasis.
That does seem, based on the existing theory of the folly leading to the crashing of the deeper ruins, it's inclined to believe that the secondary culture would be the ones that were more into the farming. Wouldn't you agree?
True, but that would mean that then the land wasn't so devastated that it could like overtake the entire city and then just start growing over it, which would imply an incredible amount of fertility, which you couldn't really sustain in a desert.
Indeed.
I mean, that also brings into question whether or not there was good farmable land before the crash. If there was, maybe the crash affected the terrain.
A working theory that I've got at the moment is that whatever happened in this city crash, put it a fair bit underground, enough to make a bit of a hole that was eventually filled in later by the second group coming in. But that's merely conjecture at this point. Nothing to really put my legs on.
Alrighty.
You
For the
wonder what
rest of
happened here.
you. And there, you would find actually what appears to be kind of an ancient fork. It is a two-pronged fork. The metal itself is quite rusted and everything else, but it still holds together. And in fact, the grip of it is actually kind of a combination of what appears to be a little bit of rotten wood, but there's also rope.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Goldbloom. As you strike one more stone and lift it up, you can feel the sand beneath you, the ground, give way as you fall in. Allow me to do a little bit of a map change. Give me just 1 second. And here we go. Can you see the map?
See a map.
Okay. Goldblum, I believe you do not have dark vision, do you?
No, but I can just produce flame.
Would you like to produce flame?
Yes. Do I have to make an attack roll?
You don't. I'm just gonna say.
No, I mean to show the block.
Oh, that's weird.
Also,
But,
does Goldblum scream at all, or are you just monotone going down?
Good question. Goldblum, you fall through, and you are in a very small chamber. You do notice that there are 2 chests here.
I'm going to shoot or throw a produce flame up the hole where I fell out, like a flare.
All right, yeah. I'm not even gonna make you roll for anything. That's actually a pretty ingenious idea. So, you just toss this little mote of flame up into the air. It gets about, I'd say, considering with Goliath's strengths and everything else, I'd say it gets about 20 feet in the air from where you sunk in. So, and considering who was up top, I would say Belky and Ender, you two would be the first to see the flare kind of whoosh.
I saw him fall in.
True. But you'll at least see a ball of fire coming up.
Yeah, so I will strum the bass guitar and like harder so people can hear. Hey! Somebody fell down the hole!
Alright, you know the drill. Montana
Yeah, I'm
kind
gonna
of
hop in with Goldblum so he's not, alone. Last time there was scorpions. I'm not leaving, my friend.
Alright.
Every hole leads to adventure, and Dare jumps down.
Daedalus already is going.
Yo.
Damn, a lot of you are going down this hole.
It's almost like we know that the second one of us gets separated, shit goes bad.
Lots of people like going down holes.
There are 4 of you in the hole. Is anyone else going into the hole?
I'm gonna make my way over, and if there isn't a rope already set up, I will like take out some rope to secure a way up and down for folks
I
who
would say
don't have levitate.
Montana is going to be bringing over a system that was set up similar to what you guys did last time. So that way
Okay.
there is a rope. But
Also, CG had package thing to go grab, so not sure if he is going to follow along or not. But he said he'll be right back.
I will say for this, I'll keep him up top.
Okay.
So if there are 4 of you currently in the hole, there are 2 chests.
Daedalus just prepares detect magic already.
Yeah, I'm gonna investigate these chests to see if they need to see if they're trapped.
I will say with detect magic and with an investigation, Daedalus, you're actually going to get a bit of magic off of this chest, specifically the lock.
Which chest didn't ping for me?
Oh boy, that's why.
Well, Daedalus will point over to, well, that one over there, the lock's, magical. Let's see here, what type of magic is it?
I'll be honest, it's just standardized magic, standard arcane. It's probably an arcane lock.
Okay, so it's abjuration.
Yeah.
Okay, that one's...
But the other one... Yeah, the other one, no magic whatsoever going off of it. Actually, no, I lied. You will pick up something else.
Oh?
There's a small bit of magic coming also from the other chest.
And there's something in there that's powerful enough magic that I can actually get at least a faint signature on it from here, while it's inside the chest. As for that,
And it's coming from inside the chest, not the chest itself or the lock on the southern chest?
No, it's something in there. I think it's powerful enough that it can like give off a basic signature, but I can't really focus in and figure out the color of the magic to tell which school it is. Also, here, I'll just make it easier on the other one. Daedalus points at it and uses his innate ability to once a day cast Dispel Magic.
Nice.
Okay. You cast a spell magic on the lock.
Mm-hmm.
The lock goes dead.
All
That
right.
is the
Belky, with your investigation, are you investigating this one or the other one?
The other one, because they were busy with that. Is it locked? Is it trapped?
The one that Ender's looking at?
Is that not the one that Daedalus was doing, but the other one?
Yeah, that's the one that Ender is
Yeah.
working on.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lock. As far as trap, no.
Okay. Can I pick the lock?
You may certainly try.
Is it sleight of hand?
I would say lock-picking tools if you are proficient within thieves' tools.
I don't have thieves' tools.
Hmm.
In that case, I will break the lock off with my my axe.
Okay. Just roll me an attack. It's gonna probably hit, anyways.
18.
Yeah, you're gonna break that lock like it's nothing. Just.
All right. What spoils do we have in here?
Well, Ender, I assume you are the one to open it up, correct?
Unless Belky is immediately opening up.
No, I will gesture the like after you, good sir.
He will proceed to make sure that he covers as many of the members of the party as he can by blocking the chest with his own body before he opens it.
All right. So, as you open this chest, you will notice quite a bit of items in here. The first is a whole lot of copper-based coins. Above game, 2,000 copper coins that are currently within this chest.
Yeesh.
You will also find within a copper spoon. You will find a whistle. You find a small little parcel that seemingly is covered together with this cloth. And there seems to be a small dirty holy symbol kind of like innately bound onto this small little package.
Is it do we know what deity the holy symbol is to?
Roll me a religion check.
Do I need to? Is there any modifier since I am not from Faerun originally?
I would say roll me just a general, and I'll see how this goes out. I'm curious because I have a thing for this.
17.
And there, actually, you would recognize this symbol. It's a symbol of your lands. Specifically, it's of one of the minor deities of water.
How the hell is this here?
Frost, which one was the thing that was magical?
Considering this one had the lock that was magical, this also has some magic in it. I will get to it in just 1 second. But allow me to put up one thing, and I'll bring up.
The last thing that you spoke of was the small parcel covered with cloth with the dirty holy symbol attached to it.
Yes, give me just 1 second. Just want to make sure I get the correct one. Alright. The symbol is the symbol of Kiwa, one of the male divine guardians of the ocean. And also a god of shellfish. As far as the other treasures, you see that there is a small kind of necklace, but with what appears to be 2 small stone tablets. Like, small rectangular. The language is Dwarvish. And I will elaborate more on that in just a second. But within this, you also find a small bottle with what appears to be a very clear liquid into it. Another arrow of ornate design. And what appears to be a scroll.
And which of them are magical?
All 3.
Okie dokie. Magic, magic, magic. Tails is just picking it up and just putting it in his arms.
Does the arrow tip resemble the arrowhead that's in the museum in any
It
way?
does not.
Okay.
But it does match the one you did find. Above game, this is another +1 arrow.
Ooh.
But that is everything in that chest.
So what's in the parcel?
That's what concerns me. Because this, and he shows the holy symbol, this is from my world. This is a lesser deity that's often worshipped by the Tabaxi.
Wait,
This
hold on,
is-
back up. Your world? What do you mean?
I'm not from Faerun. I came from a different plane of existence in order to get here.
Like the realm of Earth or something like that? What do you mean?
No, my world's called Marmaria.
Okay, you can't just spring this on us out of nowhere. Did everybody know about this?
Nope, this is the first time he's ever mentioned it.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't know the exact world, but I knew that he had to travel to get here.
I mean, yeah, he's
told
from an
us.
island. Of course he had to travel to get here, but not like that.
People come from all across the multiverse to Strixhaven. What are you talking about?
What? Since when?
I mean,
It's-
we haven't met
Well, your
anyone from a
dad-
different plane yet.
Yeah.
Well,
I
you
mean,
technically have.
Nobody told us.
Iapetus is gonna deadpan stare at Lucy when he says he hasn't met someone from another plane, and is just gonna deadpan flat stare.
Listen, he did not say it was his home plane. He said it was a demi-plane.
But
I mean, technically, one
Even
guy's from a
still.
completely separate universe.
Listen,
All right.
I'm just...
Okay.
Well, that's
Go ahead.
something to explain, like explore later. Right now, let's just try to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I'm putting a pin in that, pussycat. How did... Yeah, no, later. Okay, so you've got stuff from your plane of existence. How hard is it to get to your plane?
I mean, I had to go through a number of hoops to be able to get here. Most notably, a plane shift spell. That yeah, that's pretty high level magic.
Yeah, that's not easy.
I will give an above game. It's
Mhm.
not unheard of, considering the fact that there are parts of the universe that, while separate, do have connectivities.
Mm-hmm.
This realm that Endare hails from kind of is closer to the elemental plane of water.
Given that Indare is from an island in the middle of an ocean, it makes absolute sense that there would be some kind of a gate to the elemental plane of water, at least somewhere nearby. So he could have easily, people could have easily crossed through from, say, Strixhaven or what have you over to the elemental plane of water and then found an exit through there.
it's not unheard of that there are areas within the world that are basically
Rifts.
rifts to other realms.
Like the
There's-
Feywild.
Yeah.
There are Feywild circles that you want to avoid. There are certain areas within the Underdark that could lead to the Shadowfell and other nasty holes in reality.
Even I technically wandered in by accident.
Wait, you too read?
No, mine was a literal accident.
No, I mean you're from another plane of existence as well.
Kinda, yeah.
Why does nobody tell me these things? Just echoing through this cavern.
I mean, I kinda did, and when I did, you didn't believe me. But anywho,
No.
so yeah, you said this is a deity of what in there? Of like
Water. It's Kiwa, one of the divine guardians of the ocean, more specifically a minor deity of shellfish.
So, I'm curious, how did a holy symbol for a water deity end up in a place that is either devoid of water currently or magically controls its water?
I'm starting to think that this place was both a temple and also like its own dig site, because if this place really is built on top of one of those Nepheri cities, they were super magical, so cross-planar like artifacts wouldn't be that uncommon, I would think.
Makes sense.
If any of you would wish, you can roll a history.
We
I don't
gonna
find anything interesting down there.
14.
Yeah, why didn't you come down here? I
24.
told you.
Because it's always smart to have someone on the up and up.
Are you saying we're
21.
degenerates?
21.
No, but I really don't need to.
I mean,
That's fair. We
Yeah.
absolutely are degenerates.
Alright. And Darren Belkey. Yeah, it would make sense. I mean, world's a big place and there's magic afoot, so I mean it's not impossible that things like this could happen. Daedalus and Iapetus, with your scores. Considering the fact that the Netherese were a empired society that mastered magic back when magic practically had no limits, it is not too much of a shock that theoretically there could be extraplanar ways, especially if this is like built on top of a fallen city of the Netherese Empire.
So literally what I just said.
Yeah, basically it wouldn't be too out of theory that there's extraplanar like gate working that could have been done.
So we might end up finding a plane. I mean, I don't know this information yet, but like, so we could run into a plane to hop over to Endair's world.
Well, no, we'd have to find some kind of gate that's attuned to first the mythical
That
the
was
plane of
out
water.
of character.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'd have to find a gate that's probably takes us to the elemental plane of water, and then find a connecting point from there, unless someone has directly gone to his plane. Because go ahead.
On top of that, the gate has to still work.
Yeah, that's the
Because
other
if
thing.
it's damaged in the slightest, it might not be taking you to that location or anywhere at all.
There's also a lot of magical items and special effects that typically will just teleport you to another plane. So this could have just randomly been on someone in Endair's plane who just fucked around and found out.
Wait,
I would
wait.
say...
This. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, by all means.
Oh no, she was just gonna say. Oh wait, if the cities were once floating, then they would have needed another means to get around other than just like on foot or by boat or whatever, because they were in the freaking sky. So maybe, points to Daedalus, maybe that's what the whole idea of possibly having planar gates was? a way for them to traverse and like maybe trade or reach each other?
From what I understood, they basically would just park over someplace and then just teleport down.
Again, not unheard of. I would say, again, that holy symbol is just, it's basically like a, think of like how you would have a cross necklace, but it's wrapped around this parcel.
You know what? I'm gonna open the parcel. Curiosity has this cat, but has this cat by the whiskers.
You open up the parcel, you see this extremely dry-aged... You know what? And there, roll me a... roll me your cooking ability. I want to see if you would recognize this.
16.
This is hardtack. I like what you did there, Chief. But this is extremely aged hardtack. This would be used for... You know hardtack is used for long voyages. But this, like, the fact that it's well preserved, this has to be old. I mean, theoretically, hardtack does not go bad.
Rations, by the look of it. Probably rations for somebody about to head on into sea, which may explain what happened, given that it's here. They may have inevitably accidentally entered into a gate into the elemental plane of water, and then somehow wound up here.
Makes sense.
Well,
Yeah.
now all we have to do is fall in from... let's see here. We fell on in from spots 1, 5, 4. In all honesty, 2's right over that antechamber that connected to where the stairs were. So, yeah.
Funny, I made an alarm when we fell down here, and nobody came to like rescue and or check out what's going on except us.
Now, I heard somebody wandering over. At
Did
least, I thought I heard Ohio Jimmy or Montana Jack or whatever his name is. But here,
Yeah.
Data, let's take these magical items. Let's see what they do, and if the school is going to confiscate them, while I try to get this other chest open.
Oh, yeah, I thought we already got that one open.
Nope.
Yeah, I
No,
opened
we-
it.
Unlocked it.
You
did.
let's say-
Daedalus.
Yeah,
Daedalus did
Daedalus
it.
disabled the lock, but nobody's taken the lock off.
Oh. Okay.
Which Indare is currently doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Frost.
Yes.
The lock that was broken, could I use mending to put it back together?
It wasn't...
I mean,
it was-
yeah.
the magical properties of it were...
No, first lock. The
No,
mundane
first
one.
lock.
Oh,
The,
okay.
the mundane lock. Yeah, you could easily mend this lock to work again.
I cast mending so it doesn't look like we broke into it.
Well,
Genius.
by the power of Goldblum and Elmer's glue, it works.
Ye old gorilla glue.
Ye old Goldblum glue.
I also hand the necklace over to Daedalus because I can't read this damn thing.
I mean, neither can I.
Don't
No,
you have,
but you have but you have someone who can read Dwarvish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goblin, what's this say?
It says,
For you, Goldblum, it says line soldier Nefriti. Third company. And I will type up this in call text.
Ye old dog tags.
Mm. Glued Blum.
Gold Bond.
Gold Bond.
Well, you are our medicinal go-to, so...
He's nature's bounty. but you are correct. These are dog tags.
Interesting. What is in the other chest there, J. Frost?
I will say, the other chest is bigger.
You have my attention.
Okay. If you want to open up, you open it up.
I
This is
open
what
it
they-
up.
Alright. First thing you note is a lot of silver.
Ooh,
There is 4,000 silver pieces.
nice.
Within, you find a small container that, as you open it up, is a pipe and what appears to be extremely old tobacco. You find a whetstone, 2 pearls, opaque, lustrous white. You find a
One second, everybody. There's a little bit of something going on here. I'm not sure what. Oh, I think my Discord crashed. One second, folks. I will throw this up while we get this settled. Come on, Discord, work with me.
I didn't see it drop, so yeah.
Okay, here I am.
Hey,
So
we good?
Yeah, we were fine. Didn't affect the stream at all. Just Discord just went crazy for me for a second.
Mm.
So what was in there? I heard the 4,000 silver.
4,000 silver, a container with pipe and very old tobacco, a whetstone, two pearls of opaque, lustrous white, and a circlet of deep green jade. So far.
And okay, keep going.
Give me just 1 second.
Uno.
Listen here, you little shit.
You have Uno.
I'm about to...
That's a game we need to play together sometime.
Finally, you open this up more. Very deep into this. And I mean deep. You feel around and you get a grip on something. And there. I need you to do me a athletics to pull this item out.
Okie doke. I will go ahead and burn a use of my magical strength to give me a bonus on this.
Can any of us help him?
That's a 20.
Never
Feel
mind,
free.
he don't need it.
And there, you prep. You prep. And you go, 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get whatever the fuck's in here out of here. And away we go. You yank. And you pull out a mace.
I'm going to
This
assume that's very
mace
magical.
Is quite ornate. Its forging is spot on. I mean, you've got the handle is made of apparently a wood that has not degraded over time. You could definitely tell it's over metal because there is kind of this brass inlay working, some gold on it as well. But it's the top of the head and the shaft made of pure bronze. And there, you have pulled out a +1 magical mace, and I will give you just a second, and I will give you the minor property that this mace wields.
Bilky is staring at the mace. Oh, that's really nice.
Well, it is magical. So while you're looking at that, Frost, do you know off the top of your head what other items were magical?
Just the mace.
Well, the mace is the only thing that was magic in there.
You said Montana didn't come down there yet, right?
No, Montana is currently getting people to go towards the portal and everything else. He's basically getting ropes
Bless you.
set up and whatnot to help drag up anything.
Sweet. So then you guys will hear Iapetus say, Salus is keeping a lookout for us in case Jim comes down.
Well, that's pretty much everything of value, and anything that we can present for, present to the staff for, like, cultural significance. So, we can head up. Anyone need help?
Help getting back up?
Help carrying things up since it's not just us.
I can just touch
I got a
someone with
rope
levitate.
up here if you need it.
Yeah, it'd be great, man.
Drop a rope down for my companions in the hole.
Alright, well, since Daedalus is bad at climbing, he is literally just going to, my planet needs me, and levitate up.
I knew it.
I get one free cast a day, I'm using it.
If there is anything that would be too heavy for someone to carry up, Iapetus will levitate it up.
I have easy solution as a druid.
Put on
There's
back,
anything we need to
tied
bring
to
up?
back.
No, hold it, and wild shape.
You can bring up the chest.
It goes into me.
No, let them bring up the chest. They're already empty. Let them do the hard work.
Okay.
I mean, he has a point.
Most of them are empty. I'm leaving the money in it. Fuck that. I'm not. Do you have any idea how much coins weigh?
Well, also, those coins aren't worth the actual, like, value of their own, like, minerals. And they don't have any special significance because of their culture, so they're literally less valuable than their actual, like, monetary worth.
Which is why we're letting Montana pull them out. While everybody's going up, can I roll like an investigation check on the room to see if there's anything that we missed, if there's any kind of like secret switches, any kind of false walls, anything like that?
Ooh, that's a good
You
call.
may. I do notice Daedalus is already fucked off. What about the rest of you? Did you all go up, or are you staying down here with Ender?
If Ender's by himself, I'll stay with him. Just, buddy system.
Okay. Goldblum?
I'll be hang out. I'll be last to go.
Okay.
First in, last out.
Roll me an investigation, Ender.
17.
You begin looking around. And you notice right towards here, there's a couple holes in the wall, like small circular holes.
Now, would this be the kind of holes where something would be put into, or is this like a protrusion where like a trap would come out, or what have you?
It seems, as I would say with that investigation roll, it would seem like a trap would be set up. But nothing seemingly was in the room that could activate it, unless that was what the lock was for.
Looks like we've got some kind of a trap over here. Do we know? So it looks like it hasn't triggered yet, correct?
Correct.
Now, given the holes, is there any way that I can identify what kind of trap it might be? If it was like a spear trap, if it was some kind of a poison gas trap, if it was some kind of like fill the room while you're inside of it kind of trap? Because there had to have been a way to get inside of this room from where we are, apart from just straight above.
Yes. I would say... I'll even give it with the investigation. The trap itself seemingly is a projectile trap. Basically would probably fire darts into whatever, because the holes are mounted in a way, are kind of like made in a way that it looks like it would shoot both forward and downwards. So if somebody thought about hitting the deck, it would actually be, well, very counterproductive to what they thought they were achieving. So the real trick would probably be to jump to the side, or at least jump up to avoid the darts being shot in. And as far as what you see, I mean, there's stones here and there that kind of faded over time, but don't know if maybe there's an entranceway. Whatever this is, they definitely put an emphasis on wanting to keep stuff in here protected.
And the holes in the wall, are they pointing towards the treasure chest?
They are pointing specifically to the one that had the mace.
Is there any way that I can use my tools to attempt to remove the projectile from the projectile trap if it's still in there?
I would say I would. Give me a sleight of hand.
Belky, you might want to get out the way.
Yeah, alright, where do you want me to stand?
Not in the path of these two holes.
Okay.
Go stand beside Goldblum.
Yeah, alright. Back here?
Yeah, that's about right.
Alright.
And
What are you doing before you do the thing you're doing?
So this is a what looks like a projectile trap.
Yeah.
So it's designed that I'm guessing if you open the lock or open their chest, this is supposed to fire out at you. Now, every arrow that we've come across thus far has been magical, and I'm curious if they've armed this thing with magical arrows as well.
Oh. Do you want us to help you if there's something that we could do?
Yeah, maybe, let's see what we can do together on this. And, so I'm going to go ahead and roll sleight of hand. Since,
With advantage.
19.
You go in and you begin kind of working. You use a little bit of the tools that you already had to kind of move in. Belky kind of also hands you like a pair of tweezers, like some really long tweezers.
Yeah, hold this bar right here.
Yep.
That should let me get it a little bit deeper.
You need to hold it as a brace. Just
Exactly.
like this. Yeah. Uh-huh. Got it.
You pull out from each of the holes all together you pull out 6 darts.
Any specifics that can be identified with these darts?
I would say roll me an investigation.
27.
27. These darts, you kind of examine them, and you notice that there seemingly is a crusted green, what probably once was like a green liquid on that these darts were dipped in, but due to age it has calcified. You can only assume this was poison that was, well, dried and aged over time. So it's more than likely lost its potency. But 6 of these darts getting flung into you, that's gonna hurt like a son of a bitch. And with the poison, more than likely this was meant to either, if it didn't kill the intruder, it would definitely hamper them.
I pull out the pint of scorpion venom that I harvested previously, and I compare the color of the scorpion venom to this particular poison.
The scorpion venom is not the same color.
Okay, so it was poisoned at one point, but it doesn't look like they're using scorpion venom on it.
Snakes.
Maybe snakes.
There's all kinds of things you can make poison out of. We learned that in potion class. Come on.
You guys did deal off against 3 snakes. So it's probably safe to say this could be snake egg poison. Or snake venom.
I think I haven't been able to find anything else in here. So unless you two have spotted something I don't, I think we're good to tie these chests up and let them haul them up.
Yeah, you really think we're gonna get away with taking this stuff, though?
Who says we're taking anything?
I mean, we're taking the mace, right?
Tilt of the head.
I see.
Well, implements the other lock, assuming we broke that one open.
No, it was just
No, it was just a simple opening.
Oh, I was
I mean,
only
we have to find out what it does first, but no sense in letting everybody know of something that we haven't figured out what it does yet.
Of course.
Finder's
Need a leg
fee and
up?
all that. He gives a little bit of a smile after mentioning a finder's fee.
I will crouch down and like lace my fingers together so that I can like help heft up Goldblum and Indare.
Okay.
Indare will make sure that the chests are tied off with the various ropes that are dropped down.
Mm-hmm.
So who wants to? So Belky, do you want to make the big show, or do you want me to?
Oh, why would I steal the show from you? Go for it.
Indare will help Belky up, and when they raise the chests, he's going to be standing on top of one of the chests, holding the rope, like Jack Sparrow.
Da, 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 da.
Why are you doing this to me?
Put your back into it.
You better be careful, as he pulls everyone up, about the person with the rope and the knife. There you go.
Thank you, Sully.
So, looks like you found yourself quite a haul.
Shh, we didn't find anything down there.
Gwent's.
Well, technically,
Just a chest.
well, if going by what Professor Flametongue said, none of the magical weapons have any kind of like cultural significance because they're just generic.
We did
Here's
come
something.
across a rather nasty trap down there that we managed to disable at great personal expense. He shows the various darts.
Oh, what was it set to?
Poison, we
No.
assume.
No, I mean, what was the trigger?
If they were pointing at the chest with all the silver in it.
Huh. I didn't think you could make a magical trap that works along with a mechanical system.
Why
That
not?
hard.
I mean, very complex.
Yeah, depends on what you're doing.
Ingenious too. Basically was set with two different firing points, so that if you hit the deck and hit the ground trying to avoid the first one, you get the second one right where the sun doesn't shine.
Oof.
Oh, that's nasty.
Might have also-
Poison too doesn't look like a scorpion venom though. Goldblum thinks it might be snake venom.
Could be. Hey, where are the other things we spotted down here?
We did encounter a few earlier.
Okay, well,
So where is that that guy with his little lizard?
Montana? Kinda looks
Yeah.
over.
Montana is actually, in fact, I'll actually move us back onto the main map.
I sounded an alarm and nobody came. This is a great dig site.
There are a few people who did come to where your area is at. They're
Hmm.
Montana's men as well as some of the students and everything else. Montana is still over by spot 3, roped off. And as you guys are getting up, you see Montana kind of making a hand gesture. And there's a few people going down in there. And they are not going down unarmed. You watch as a few of them kind of start putting on a combination of leather and metal armor, kind of like a breastplate. Some of them have headlamps. You also see that a few of them are packing these long kind of sticks with some metal attached to them. Above game, he's setting these guys down with rifles.
We don't know what rifles are, do we?
Actually,
I imagine we wouldn't know what a rifle is, but we know a weapon when we saw one.
yeah. I'm just giving this as an above game. This man's
Yeah.
setting them down with basically like Henry Martini rifles.
I don't know what that means.
Actually, you
Not
do
all
know what a
guns.
gun is.
Huh?
And there.
Does he have a gun?
yeah,
Yeah.
he used it on
Mhm.
the giant octopus.
He has a sawed-off shotgun.
Oh,
He has a
okay.
boomstick. These are just. It's in similar make, but it's not designed to be like boomstick.
It's a pierce stick.
Yep. It is definitely got. He's sending at least 2 teams down in there. They are equipped with basically leather armor, some breastplate armor. A few of them have knives attached to them, and as well as kind of like these collapsible batons. No doubt for bludgeoning,
Mm.
if not piercing. But Montana himself is kind of just like watching them go down.
Hmm.
And he
Yeah.
immediately, as soon as this is all done, he and his Drake kind of come over to you all and go, "Sorry about that. Bit of a little snag. Anyways, kids, what'd you find?"
Gestures to end there.
Whole bunch of coins down there.
Ah, not bad.
Yeah, we
Couple
figured.
magical trinkets, doodads here and there, but nothing of massive significant value.
Well, we still haven't identified all the magic items. We just know that we found another one of those magic arrows, as well as some other stuff. So if we don't all take 10 minutes, the 3 of us can identify what we found already.
Take your time, kid. I'm actually going to be going down there to take some pictures.
Somewhat.
Oh, he holds up the device. This here actually captures images.
Uh-huh. Like a sending stone or scrying?
Kind of like that. It basically creates like a portrait, except handheld.
But there's
Yeah.
nobody to take the portrait or to draw it.
That's what this is for. He shakes it.
Huh.
That's a handy little gizmo.
Oh, you're telling me.
Uh,
Some guy in the far south designed this thing. Paid a fucking fortune for it.
Do be cautious. We did find a single trap in there, and there would show the darts.
Dart trap. Interesting. Was it just
Poisoned, multi-directional dart trap.
what kind of multi-directional? Like cross formation?
Straight forward, and it also fires down. So if you hit the deck, it'll get you nonetheless.
Inoculation in the ass. Got
Yep.
it. Alright. Not bad. Good on ya. Good head. And he kind of just gives you a nice little salute. Well, a nice little nod of the head. Alright, kids. You stay safe. I'm gonna be going down and taking a look.
Oh, Mr. Montana, you said something about a snag at spot 3?
Yeah.
What kind of snag?
He looks over to the spot. And a few torches set up down there that was supposed to keep burning. Like, at least for a good 24 hours. They went out at 8. So, don't know if maybe there was a draft or something. All I know is I'm sending some people down to investigate it. Don't go down there.
Salas hears this, and he has a bit of a look on his face, but he keeps it to himself at the moment.
I'd love to insight, but I don't know if I'd get anything from it.
I would say, Salas, if you're wanting to hide it, roll me a deception check.
Oh, no, she wants to insight Montana.
Oh,
Yeah.
Montana. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let's do it.
What,
I'll roll a
gonna play
deception
some Rainbow
anyway for
Strix
shits and
Siege.
giggles. Oh, sorry.
Take a
He's just playing Rainbow Strix Siege.
15.
Fuck off. 15,
14.
Deception?
Deception. Disgrace.
12. Montana's actually gonna notice you a bit, Salas. But he's not gonna say anything. He will, but as far as you, Belky, and Iapetus, he's telling the truth. He doesn't sound disingenuous in the slightest.
Alright.
Yeah, didn't think he was lying as much as if he was just like lying by omission, like withholding things.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah,
Toast.
Montana just looks to you all and goes, "Alright, y'all be good? Sheila?" And he looks to his guard Drake. "Guard spot 3. The Drake just kind of... and just immediately makes its way over. Not speedily, but it definitely walks with stride. And it will just stay there, acting as a guard dog.
I also just want to point out, Daedalus, like, already checked to have that conversation, has been ritual casting identify on at least one of the items, wondering when the other two are going to show up so we can do this, like, in less than half an hour.
And Dare will join them.
Okay. So, I will say this. The first item you get is a potion of water breathing.
Wow, this is more than useless here.
The second is a spell scroll of heat metal.
Guess that's the one that you checked out, Bob.
I made sure that I was well hidden from everybody except the party, and I was casting Identify on the mace.
Ah.
Okay. And Dare.
You already
That-
sent me the information of the mace.
Mm-hmm. I'll just let you do with that information as you will. If you want to share it, by all means. If not, we will be continuing.
Well, then I guess that means that Daedalus has to ritual cast 2 more times to get all of the stuff from the first chest.
I can get the first one as well. I have identify.
I'm going to say this: the items I just spoke of, barring the mace, are from the first chest. Those were the only magical items.
You told me that it also had the arrow, which is...
Yeah, the arrow is a +1 magical arrow.
And then that there was
It's
the...
basic.
And you said the scroll was magical.
Correct. That is the scroll of heat metal,
Ah, okay.
as well as that potion being the potion of water breathing.
4 items. We both took 2, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would have just already said that the arrow was the same as the other one because I would have recognized it. So that would save everybody at least another 10 minutes.
Correct. But yeah, that is everything going down.
Okay, well then. Daedalus will, Wait a second, let me check something real quick. I don't think it is, because if so, I would have taken it.
Okay.
Does Daedalus mention the what the items were as after identifying them?
Oh, well, I assume he's, like, telling all of this to Professor Flametongue, and you guys were welcome
Yeah.
to come over there.
Professor Flametongue is kind of going through the list just to make sure that nothing's like uber charged.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
And he also views the scroll of heat metal as slightly worthless, but only to him, because it's still a spell scroll and useful, but it's one that can't be copied by wizards.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sad but true fact.
So we have a holy symbol of water, a potion of water breathing, and there, what'd you say that weird crusty bread was that we found?
Hardtack.
Hardtack. It's basically crackers that have been specifically cooked to last a very long time. It's usually used for rations and what have you, and especially good for ocean travel.
Yeah, my mom told me about hardtack. She said it was one of the worst parts of adventuring, but it keeps forever and a day so long as you don't get it wet.
I also heard that you also have to regularly check it for weevils.
And maggots, yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that. Why would you remind me of that? Ugh.
Because it's very easy to eat in the Underdark, as my mom says, because then you can't see if you're eating maggots or weevils.
Ugh. Gross.
Business aside, that's a lot of water or seafaring, or that's quite a few water or seafaring items, again, in a place that wouldn't need it. Kind of lends itself to what we were saying earlier.
Oh yeah,
I'm
Salas.
surprised.
We discovered that the theory that the second ruin is built on top of a Nephiri city very much more common. There's a lot of signs of at least one person who was probably inadvertently plane traveling.
Salas does not answer you. He is looking off into the horizon with a kind of a stern look on his face.
Everything
And-
alright, Sully?
Hmm,
What's the matter?
Something stinks.
I'm in.
Can I insight?
Go for it.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Stinks how?
A dirty 20.
You get the sense with that 20 insight that Salas is recalling past adventures and like his experience is starting to seep in a little bit, and something has his dander up. Like his instincts are trying to tell him something.
What's wrong, Sully?
It's big.
Yeah?
Two civilizations, one on top of another. Everything we've gotten so far. It's all fine and dandy. But this nonsense about the torch going out and the hole in the ground that Mr. Montana is currently sending armed forces into.
Yeah.
It's, how do I put it?
Sus.
I wouldn't exactly say it's suspicious, because this is stuff that can happen, but I think I may have a bit final piece to this puzzle. Let me put it this way.
Yeah.
There are enough that of flags, not to set up a full warning. We might be leaning towards that direction, that there's something more going on than just traditional dig.
Okay, well, none of us have ever been to a dig before, so enlighten us. How is it suspicious?
The real kicker was that that torch going out, the one that's supposed to last for full 24 hours.
Yeah.
Think to yourself, what in nature could potentially put that out?
The wind.
No. I mean, like, something that's supposed to last a specific amount of time.
Yeah, but it's a torch. The wind could put it out.
Time.
Sandstorm.
Time could put it out. I don't think it would. I really hope it's nothing like that. But
Also, the torch was underground, so there couldn't be any chance of a crosswind.
Yeah, but sand could have fell on it, something like that. Sand puts out torches, right?
In large
Not
quantities.
quite. Like, you would need either a severe amount of sand or a very strong draft to put a fire out. If I recall, it needs a fuel source to keep going. For them to all go out, all three of them, means that the fuel source was taken away
Could have been
all
a
at
critter.
once.
We did run into scorpions, don't forget. And snakes, and God knows what else.
Yeah, but I feel like they would avoid a flame. They
Yeah.
wouldn't want to go near it.
come and see.
Huh? What was
Well,
that, Salif?
That's Sal's is kind of stroking his chin. I thought it was something just in the air. I couldn't. It was like a whisper on the wind. Phrase, come and see. I dismissed it because it sounded like, superstition. And I know in my profession it's one of those things, but you must understand that in my profession it's also very possible to get jumpy and superstitious. But now with these torches going out, this hole being available, stuff just doesn't add up.
Well, I mean, ghosts do
Whispers
exist.
carry on the wind.
You're right, ghosts exist. But I wouldn't exactly. The number of times I've seen ghosts have been surprisingly few on digs. But curses. Oh, curses.
You think it's a curse?
I hope not. I'll just leave it at this. Something's giving me the willies. And I wouldn't be surprised if something else jumps out. Something we unearth.
Sorry about that.
Well, oh, go ahead.
I'm going to, at this juncture, keep a close eye out, but proceed as though nothing's happening. Especially because our actual fact-finding team is currently downstairs.
The fact that they were so armed really kind of annoys me a little bit. So there's something going on that somebody is not telling us.
Well, if we're not over a ruin, that'd be going low enough to start venturing into the Underdark. You typically want to be as armed as possible when you go down there.
Even so.
I'm gonna keep going with the dig for now, but when I spot an opportunity, I think I'd like to have a chat with Mr. Montana.
I think that's a fine idea.
I honestly want to take a peek at where they're going. I know, it seems weird for me, but there's just a lot in regards to us coming out to this dig since we've started this journey that I haven't been too sure about. Like, why
Mhm.
send a bunch of students, college students, to excavate a site
Well,
that
that's a good question.
might have ancient, possibly civilization items or things that are of relevance or importance to the culture here, and there is a chance that they could break, something could happen to them because not all of us have experience.
Well,
Yeah.
So
I would have thought it was
I'm
because one of the
curious.
I would have thought it's because one of the main schools of magic at our school is archaeomancy. So
Oh,
Yes, but I mean, there is still a chance that, again, looks over at Salas. Not all of us have experience. It's only some of us, but even within our group, does. So there's a chance that we could possibly mess things up in the process.
Oh, for
So
sure.
why send us here, and we're now finding things that are clearly insinuating that there's more to this site than they originally thought.
well, like you just said, there's more to this site than they originally thought. They thought this was basically a year one equivalent of something to try to get get students to gravitate towards Lorehold, and now they are finding that basically, I think they're just trying to get the scoop on this before the Sultan finds out and lays claim to this land.
Now, see, remember, you gotta walk before you can run. And even when I was being raised, my parents would stick me in a corner with a nice 10 by 10 set of to dig in before we get into the real heavy stuff. It's about walking and running, and those interested in archaeomancy do need the experience. Gotta start somewhere.
your parents sound like a lot of fun. Um, listen,
They
Oh,
do.
you have no fucking idea.
I don't know exactly what they thought was going to happen. But what I do know is that we're here now, and so we got to deal with whatever comes.
Iapetus is gonna take out a piece of paper that was folded. All right. And if there's a flat surface in front of them, she'll just put it down and like keep a hand on it so it doesn't blow away.
What you doing, Red?
So Salas, you might be able to correct this if my thoughts are off, but I think that cavern that we found is approximately here, and she points to the dead center of everything where like the wooden planks are. All of these digging spots seem to connect in some way, shape, or form. So I think that either spot 4 or spot 2 might lead to it. Hence why I was over here this morning.
Oh no, spot 4 would not connect. That's where that temple area was that we had to get to enter the room with the snakes. And spot 2 is actually the open atrium that would lead directly right next to the hole. But the chances of us getting through this ground depends. Also, we would have to do it without getting noticed because I
Well-
mean, there's still
Well, Lucy, remember if with almost all the other spots we fall through, right? But as far as getting noticed, they're expecting we're probably gonna fall through.
Yeah.
Maybe if we want to come see, as this whisper suggests, we're gonna have to find another way in. So
Also,
maybe if we keep digging.
Speaking of falling through, is this a normal thing in archaeology? Because it's kind of not great. Just
Oh,
falling.
It happens all the
Okay.
time.
But it happened several times in the last couple days, so like it's not normal, is it? This isn't normal archaeology.
Oh no, this is actually pretty common.
Great. I hate it.
now
Me too.
The statistically improbable part is the fact that stuff like this keeps happening to us, and he just gestures to the 6 of them.
A lot of things happen to us, though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Which is
Statistically, it shouldn't.
which is why I'm just sitting here being like, eventually we're gonna end up down that hole. I just know it.
I don't have a problem with that.
I mean, I kind of do. I don't. I don't want to seek out a great amount of danger for something that none of us actually have a stake in.
Yeah, I suppose.
Like, in all honesty,
there would
we've done enough to get, like, full marks for anything in this assignment, including identifying, like, 2 different cultures at one dig site.
Yeah. Yeah. So can we just turn this into our professor and head back to the hotel? Like, I would love that,
Oh,
personally.
well, considering I think Montana Jim's the one who organized transport, I don't think he's going to let anyone leave. Like I said, something like this is a giant political hot pot. If the Sultan finds out about it, then everything here becomes property of the country. But if I say take this dwarven deed outside the country and give them enough time, any dwarf with a tertiary connection to the extinct clan here could claim sovereign rights and take it from the Kalimshan people.
So what are you gonna do? I mean,
Oh, I already sent a sending to my mom, but I haven't heard back from her, so I'm starting to wonder if the magic dampening around here stops any kind of divination. Also, I've noticed that for some reason, below ground, our magic works just fine. It's up here where we have to force it to work.
okay, but like, here's the thing, right? Specs, hey, listen, look at me, right? Belky does the like, her eyes to his eyes, like with a hand gesture. Look, don't go sending out that claim anywhere, because if you cause an international incident, that will be bad.
Well, I mean, it would take a long time. I'm for any of the dwarves to come in, and then that just becomes a contract dispute. At which point, I mean, it's an international incident if it leaves in the hands of anyone who doesn't know dwarven contract law.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, while I don't have like a huge amount of love for the country and whatnot, like it's fine and dandy and whatnot. However, just leave it be. Like, if you cause an international incident, we're responsible. I don't want that heat, okay?
Well, I sent a message to my mother, so 50-50.
Salus is going to walk on over to Adair, who has been silent this whole time.
And Dare's got the mace in his hand, and he's just looking it over.
Let's drink it.
I'm figuring out which of us needs to use it.
Copper, for your thoughts on this whole situation.
This is completely outside of my wheelhouse. As far as I'm concerned, this seems like it doesn't seem like our circus, nor does it seem like our monkeys. So, you know, I'm pretty much following the group, making sure that everybody stays safe. If y'all want to go down there, I'll go down there. If y'all want to stay up here, I'll stay up here. If y'all want to go back to school after this dig is over, I'll go back to school with everybody else. This is your show, Salus.
He blinks a time or two. Yeah. I'm gonna be real with everyone here. Whenever we went on digs, some of the nastiest stuff had a habit of following you home.
Well,
I'm a little concerned that might happen here, so I'm a little skeptical to just up and ditch.
well,
I mean,
if you want, later tonight, if that thing happens with the winds, I did prepare see invisibility so I could see into the ethereal realm and see if it's actually ghosts, but I have no way of detecting if there's any kind of, like, desecrated land that would cause a curse or something. I don't think we have anyone here who could do that.
I'd rather not wait around. I'd rather be proactive to try and figure out what, if anything, we're potentially dealing with.
I mean,
Now,
that
Mr.
sounds like a question for Montana Jack.
Mr. Montana is I have heard of him. He is a colleague. So I'm not one to just toss him out the window, even if he is a little, just a smidge on the grave robby side. That being said, remember, we may be doing this on our own, but we are not alone. We have the teachers, we have Montana and his crew, we don't know what's going on.
You forgot an
Me-
important one. We have each other.
I live with that. What are you talking about?
Did you? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that one. My apologies. That's me, the person, not the character. Then. Scratch that. Sorry. Moving on. Go ahead.
Also, technically, we also have Professor Naylock because the connection I have with him is completely unaffected by the magic in this land. So, if at all possible, we could also bring him in.
I don't think that'll be necessary.
no.
Listen, I'm glad that we have a Naylock connection. I get the feeling Naylock shouldn't be bothered until things get apocalyptic, if at all. And we
Yeah.
don't even know what the hell we're doing or bothering with right now.
I mean, fair.
Plus,
Also, be good.
oh,
Go ahead.
let's not forget, and he looks very, very seriously at Daedalus. He has other issues to work on right now.
True.
Let's, for now, we keep our noses down, but we keep our wits sharp. There's something is off, but we don't have any idea what, who, or if this is just me being jumpy. So let's just continue digging around, and maybe we'll find clues, or maybe, who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky, and for once, a dig will actually just be of, cultural finds and not skeletons chasing me.
Listen, Jumpy is fine. Jumpy keeps you alive.
Yeah. Not always, though.
I mean,
So-
when we're at school, it's not usually that much of a problem unless you're dealing with vampires or cultists or whatever the fuck seems to be following us.
And there?
Which of y'all, just curious, so we can get this thing taken care of,
Mm-hmm.
which of y'all can use a mace?
I should be able to. DM, can I use a mace as a fighter?
You have all weapon proficiency.
You
as a
literally
fighter.
Yeah,
have
okay, so-
proficiency in all weaponry. I don't know,
Yeah.
can you?
I'm trying to check it. The better
Yes.
question is, it's technically a simple weapon.
Yeah, technically it could be used by anybody.
I have enough weapon skills that I don't use. I'd rather it go to somebody who would actually use it. If anything, I think Tussie might be able to get some use out of it.
I mean, quite possibly. Above game, I think I remember you telling me I can attune to simple weapons, but it was like a specific set of weapons
Let me double
when you
check.
first had me do this.
Let me double check because, well, right now you also have the ability to make one of your magical arms out of a magical weapon, and that thing's magical.
That is true.
So, but let me double check and make sure what the weapon restriction is for.
And I also don't know off the top of my head what the stat would be as far as for attacking for the mace.
Anything that you make your magical arm uses your int.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I brought my battle axe with me, my great axe. So, did anybody else bring a weapon? As shiny and nice as that mace is, and as much as I would love to take it home, add it to my collection, who doesn't have a weapon?
Sick.
If Indare doesn't have a physical weapon that he'd be like an extra one that he would like to have, I mean, Patis will use it.
Next to Belky,
She just has to attune.
Next to Belky, Indare is the most armed out of all of us.
I'm just asking. Just asking.
Then there's a big guy.
If no one takes it or no one wants it, then Patis will take
yeah,
it. Otherwise,
and you can take it. Simple weapon, so that's covered by. You'd basically have to give up your spear, but you could have that mace.
Did you even bring the spear?
They always have it.
It shunts into reality.
Oh, okay. All right.
We've actually never figured out the ruling on if their arrows are magically created or physical, because that's part of the specificity for the subclass.
I will have an answer to that in a little while, but for right now, what's the game plan, guys?
I think until Montana comes back, or is has a moment, we should probably just do another dig. If for no other reason, then it'll keep us occupied while things kind of iron themselves out.
Of course. I would say... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm like, I don't see a problem with having a siesta. What about you?
Yeah.
Hi, archaeology student.
And, I'll put it this way. Some of you will take a siesta, some of you will continue to do your digs. Basically, you'll find more pottery, more tools, more writings and stuff. It takes Montana about over 2 hours, but he eventually comes back up, and you see he's got like a fistful of like these like little papers and everything else that he kind of smiles at, and he just goes, "This would be lovely to add in." And you see, as he begins walking, he kind of just greets everybody, and like he just stops right here and looks over towards spot 3. And he just nods and just goes over towards this one table that already has enough material.
Let's also creep up. Well, Mr. Montana, how are things down in the hold?
Hi, kid. Yeah, pretty good, actually. Kind of shows him all the photos of everything that he took in. So far, everything looks like it is proper. And he just lays them on the table.
Any sign of I almost said geometric, geological disturbances? It seems safe down there.
Safe as can be. That room's actually well built. I guess it was a storeroom.
Nice.
A pretty serious storeroom.
So, anything, it's those, words. Is the storeroom, was that the end of it? Just a simple room down there?
Yeah, well, believe it or not, I have a theory that it used to be part of a bigger chamber, but whatever happened caused a massive collapse. There's a section on one of the walls. Looked to be like it used to be a door frame, but too much sandstone crashing in on it. Pressure. However, shouldn't be too bad. Again, so far nothing so dangerous, barring the giant skull breathing. And it's at this moment you guys kind of hear muffled voice work coming from underneath Montana's jacket. At least you do, Salas, and you as well, Daedalus. And he pulls out what appears to be a communication stone. You would know this simply as a...
Sending stone.
Correct. And goes, "Repeat. Everything's clear, sir. We've relit the torches. Checked everything. No disturbances. What about the stairs? Anything? No, sir. Door's still locked. Good. Head on up." And just immediately pockets the stone. Yep. Looks like everything's pretty good.
That's fantastic to hear, sir.
You tell me.
Yeah, nice to have a nice easy dig now and again. So, if everything seems to be in order, may I ask, what is the plan for the rest of the class? Shall we continue with the dig for a couple more days? Or are we heading back? Just kind of get an idea of a timetable is all.
I'll be completely honest with you, kid. You guys have already found enough stuff here that basically is going to guarantee a couple things on International Geographic's magazine cover, as well as a whole bunch of newspaper printing. So, as far as I can say, whatever is basically intriguing to your college is getting sent back. Anything else? We do a 25% finder's fee. Sultan gets the rest.
So, I would like to insight, which I know I'm not going to do well on.
By all means.
Where are you? We know our boy ain't wise.
He is when he
20.
rolls a 19.
Daedalus, he's being dead serious. This man is actually being honest with you. Like, he's already gotten enough material that guarantees him at least more fame.
Okay. Well then.
Honestly. With all the excavational findings and everything else, I can actually have you all sent back to the city by tomorrow.
Neat.
Again though, just... You'll have at least an armed escort being sent back, because, well, let's face it, it's dangerous out here.
Ain't that the truth?
However, I'm getting reports of a sandstorm coming up. So, if anything, you might all want to bunker down for the night. Keep the lids sealed.
Salas is gonna gonna kind of lean back and says, "Hear that, Delky? Sandstorm's coming."
Oh yeah? Good thing
Yeah.
we have ourselves the best tent in the plane.
Yep. Daedalus is actually going to go over. Tussie, if Indare brought any magical inks, I think we should probably copy the tiny hut from my book into yours.
Oh, we already did. We did it before we left campus.
Oh,
I have it.
We do this so often I forget.
Yeah, so like if necessary, we could like if we really needed more space, I could always set up a second one for the night.
Okay, then we probably want to do that. I mean, in all honesty, if there's going to be a sandstorm, that can tear flesh from bones, at least from what I read.
Nope, that's apt.
I mean, if between two of us, we might be able to encompass at least most of the camp.
Indeed.
All right.
This is in thought. If she caught any of what was said from Montana, she's just in thought.
All good.
So, with kind of this information, Salas is going to give a polite bow and thank you, Mr. Montana, for the updated information. We'll be sure to find a place to hunker down for this sandstorm.
All means, kid. You get some rest. And as the conversation finishes up, you see the entire 2 squadrons of armed guards that Montana sent down there return. They seem to be in jovial spirits, and as they're going by, Sheila kind of, or Shelly, Sheila, kind of goes back to Montana's side. And you guys would see the twins actually approaching you. Good day, students. How was your trip?
Well, it's better than yesterday where we were attacked by snakes and a giant scorpion.
Of course. And they both nod.
Seems everything's right peach keen.
Truth be
Correct.
told, it's been quite insightful, professors.
We are glad to hear this from you. We will begin packing up material for the night. We shall be departing immediately by tomorrow. Yes, by tomorrow. We will hope to leave at least by 10 a.m.
Fantastic.
Oh,
Get your gear prepared and ready. You've all done well, and we will make sure to put these marks into your records. And they both give another polite bow, and the twins begin to walk off towards their tent.
So, Salas kind of turns back to everyone. Sounds like we're going to be heading on out of here tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Keep a y'all want to indulge me a little bit?
I'm listening.
When we head to bed tonight, we're gonna use the room, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone adverse to keeping watch out?
I mean, Iapis and I would be pretty much perfect for that, considering we only need to transfer 4 hours.
No. I mean, I get that you all are gonna be up. I think it'd be better if we all took a few turns as well.
Well, it depends on...
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
If this sandstorm's coming in and this wind feels a little strange, all of my instincts, but
Yeah, I'm not sleeping above ground. Fuck that. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Well,
I was about to ask, why sleep above ground?
the hut will actually protect us from any kind of, like,
Yeah.
form of nature, so we'll be fine.
I mean,
If it wasn't.
if
Oh,
the big
go ahead,
guy,
go ahead.
oh, sorry.
No,
If
no,
the
no,
big
no,
guy
you're
turns
fine.
into a giant badger or whatever it was he was the other day, digs us a hole, we could do tiny hut in the ground if that would make people feel better.
Well, the hole would take us directly into the ruins we were just in.
I mean, depends on how far down we go. We can move away from camp where the actual, like, bunk would be.
Well, I'd rather stay here because at least the professors have a means of, like, also, like, healing us if anything bad happens.
Alright. Like I said, I just thought, make people feel better.
For some reason, I can't stop thinking about that fucking cavern. It's pretty damn convenient that we're not even going to get that tour of it that we were hoping to get. And then we're leaving first thing in the morning. And that sandstorm might bury everything that we just dug up.
Sal kind of mutters under his breath. Let's hope that's all it bears, if anything.
Remember, things that are covered can always be uncovered. It's not that big a deal.
The trick is finding the spot again.
Yeah, and they'll find it eventually, I'm sure.
Well, we should get it prepared and also find out if there's anyone else who has the capabilities to copy, like, Tiny Hut. If so, then we don't have to share it with, like, all of the people just crammed into 2 huts, and we can subdivide.
I don't know what it is. Just looking at Mr. Montana's face, I got a bad feeling about this.
As far as I could tell, he wasn't lying. Though, then again, he could be a sociopath.
He's something.
Right,
Someone.
Just gonna go ahead and put that Harrison Ford / Han Solo joke in the corner.
What?
I got a bad feeling about this.
And heresy bingo?
Anyways, I guess it sounds like we finish up excavating for the day.
Mm-hmm.
Though, that said, I think we've been going for about 2 hours. Do we want to take a break?
Yeah, we can take a small bio break.
Yeah, sounds like a winner.
Also, CG, I hope I wasn't sounding too, like, mean when I was just trying to be like, I wonder if there's anyone who can detect where curses would be.
No, it's fine. I'm not thinking about it in that terms right now. I'd rather see what's going on across the board, because we don't even know if anything is fucked up at this point, you know?
True. We just know that, like, we know the desert is very dangerous and there's a lot of weird stuff going on. We also don't know if there's more digs that they might have planned for us, and this was just the first.
I'd hope so.
I'm curious about that as well, because in my notes I only have that it was one site that we were going to and then we were going to come back. Because it was just like it was implied that it's kind of a short field trip where, like, we might be gone for, I think it was, like, no more than a week. Because classes and such still exist.
Yeah, because it did take us, like, at least 3 days of travel by sea.
Mm-hmm. Again, You have basically this was the main site. There were other smaller sites that didn't really yield too much. This was the one that was basically the bigger find.
Oh man, Adventure Brain can't shirk the thought that there is something down there to explore, but that could also potentially fuck us up.
That all depends on if you guys want to go down there or not.
I mean,
You have one night.
I'm down.
See, so is Impetus. Like, as soon as you said we had to leave the next day, she's like, ah, shit, I had plans.
Again, you have one night in the deserts of Kalimshan.
Yeah,
With
but
a
here's the thing: if we go
sandstorm as
underground,
cover.
Sandstorm is cover, but Sandstorm can also end up burying us under if we go now.
I
if
think
we're underground, we can't keep track of time, can we?
truth be
Nobody has
told,
keen mind.
There are ways to keep track of time.
mhm.
Do we have any of those though?
Yeah, watches.
We have watches in game.
That's how we've been
There's
figuring out our
pocket watches.
classes.
Yeah.
We are
Figured
playing
we would,
fast
you
and
know,
loose with the
use
level
the
of
sun.
technology in this setting, and that's just kind of how it goes.
I
Yeah,
mean, that's
oh,
just to be
that's news to
just
me.
that's just to be expected with fucking planar hopping campaigns and settings.
Yeah. Plus, there's a lot of shit that I have planned for you fuckers.
Alright, I'll be
If
right
that's the
back.
case,
I'm
I
gonna
could
use
sneak
the-
us all in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again.
Zai, you got the stats of the mace that I sent you, correct?
I saw it in party notes. Let me scroll up to check
As those-
DMs.
I also sent it to your DM.
I am doing the check now.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah. I don't know
Alrighty.
if those are. I don't know if the spells are once a day or if they work off of charges.
That's actually
it-
a good question.
Interesting spells that were selected in the middle of a desert.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the create yeah. That's what I noticed immediately. The first one, funny enough, I had at the beginning of the campaign and had to get rid of.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, taking it for free doesn't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
For future reference,
weapon.
Goldblum's attacks are not going to be as effective as just using a basic cantrip at our level.
I am returned.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some water real quick, and then I'll be good to go.
I'm
to the
absolutely
bathroom and
waiting
then
for-
come back.
I'm absolutely waiting for things to go ass up.
Well, at least now we've got
mean,
some
tits
extra.
up.
We've got some extra weapons and some magic items. I mean,
All spell slots on my end.
same. I only use all my innate spells.
Now, here's the choice that we have to make. I have been able to use the alchemy jug to replicate potions. Do we want to risk the 2 potions that we have at a chance to being able to make more of them in the future?
I have returned.
The fire
Is it
giant
water
strength one
breathing?
maybe, but even then, the only person who uses strength, I believe, is Belky, unless you are too.
I have a 19 strength.
Then would you even benefit from it?
Fire giant? Probably.
Fire giant would be more than 19.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'd never gotten one in game.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Bob is saying that because of how we rule with the alchemy jug, he has a chance of being able to produce it with the alchemy jug, but he has to use up the original potion, and there's a chance of failure.
Oh, I see.
I mean, a potion of 25 strength is, nothing to scoff at.
I also feel like at that point we are fucking cheating.
Yeah, admittedly. Then again, that's kind of been Bob's goal from the beginning.
I know, but at that point, like, so far we've cheated just to get around some, like, slightly annoying things. Like, for instance, unless we work full-time jobs and also fall into like an assload of money, me and Zai literally could not do anything except use the spells that we get through levels. Because wizards just require so much fucking money.
Man, it sucks doing that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't imagine. How would Bob know that? I mean, he hasn't played a wizard. He's only played an artificer.
I know. I'm giving him his props. Especially since he's the one who decided to break the game in our favor. He got no benefit from it aside from money.
As far
I'm
as
just here to
the
soak
go
damage. I'm
I
just
was
here
gonna
to
say, as far as the
take hits and
cheating
not die.
goes, or the quote unquote cheating, I mean, technically it's still slightly balanced since Jade Frost could decide how easy or how difficult it would be to replicate that potion. So it kind of works out.
I would say the water breathing one would be better because while it is a 3rd level spell potion, it is also super limited. So making that, I mean, you could sell it for a decent amount, but you couldn't mass sell it. Like we've been mass selling a lot of stuff.
We also don't even need it ourselves, because I could just one day prepare it.
That's true.
I have heat metal as well, so...
Well, the heat metal is something that we'd probably just give. Honestly, it's something that I'd probably take just because that's like I'm one of the few people who doesn't have like something to concentrate on really.
Yeah.
Unless we fight something that actually makes you cast protection from good and evil.
Wait, I have something better than water breathing. Air bubble.
Yeah, but that's only
if I
like one
could-
person, right? Water breathing is a group.
Is it?
Yeah.
I guess.
They improved
At
water
level 1.
breathing heavily in this.
As far as what you said, I would like to point out that other than healing and silent image, pretty much most of my class abilities are wonderfully niche. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm saying it as we have not found the right situation for it yet.
I know, but it's also like I was building around a theme, and also if you give rogues an inch, they take 70 miles.
I mean, all you've given me is abjuration and detection, so I think I can. I just think what?
Laughed that hard. Oh no, I just said I shouldn't have laughed that hard.
By the way, are we all back?
Frost isn't.
Yeah,
Krista isn't.
I think.
I've been here, man.
Oh.
I haven't left.
Ah.
As far as I know, hubby is eating a sandwich at the moment.
Oh, that's totally fine.
Also, buff game. We're sneaking into that thing tonight. I'm just saying.
Why?
Energy.
Sal is finally getting that gremlin energy everybody else has.
Iapetus has just been sitting here like a dog waiting for the bacon strips, like, oh my fucking god, come
God,
on!
it's bacon!
I wanted to go in here yesterday!
Listen,
Just fucking
Sal's is
happy
being
tippy
fucking-
taps.
Sal's is being fucking taunted, and his every instinct is telling him that some shit is up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there is some shit up for sure.
Also, I'm posting something in call text that I saw, and I'm just going to say that the preface for this. This would what a shower would look like if me and Jay Frost were roommates at any point.
God damn! Yeah, you're not wrong.
I know. It was a very easy self-own.
I'm desperately trying to figure out what the thing under the SIGs like is. Is it like a scrub? I can't tell if it's like
It's a
cocoa
body scrub.
something.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I'm trying to read it.
Oh, I
It's
don't
I
know.
think it's like a shea butter sugar scrub or something.
Cocoa.
For
It's
But
the only
what's
thing I can make
confusing-
out.
How the hell are you gonna smoke in the shower though?
Very easy.
It's gonna
Not-
get wet.
I smoked in the shower for a long time. The trick is just keeping one hand dry.
Oh my
Could
god.
be worse.
Like I said, this is literally would be me and Frost shower because I also drink in the shower because I only have
Why?
because I
have
can
drank in the
only have
shower.
a finite time to be
Honey.
awake and drunk.
I mean, it could be worse. I'm just saying.
Hold on. Is that a G17, a G18, or G19, or a G22 Glock?
It's a gun, is what it is. It's a gun.
I can't
I wanna
tell
say that's
You wanna
the shade
you wanna
from
see
the
a worse shower?
But also,
Man, it's really toasty in there.
but also, I think we've elaborated enough. But I'm going to say this because I don't want chat and or the YouTube future to know what's going on. The first picture we're talking about is a picture that has a Pabst Blue Ribbon, a pack of Marlboros, and a Glock in the shower, in just one of those little like L-shaped holders. And then the next.
I know exactly what that is. That's cocoa butter. That's cocoa butter rub.
Thank you.
And then the picture that CG just put is literally someone who has found a way to put toast on every surface in their shower.
Hey, I mean, I'd still probably take the one above over the one ladder, because the important question in this particular image is, does this imply the toaster is in the shower?
Oh, that got dark.
Oh,
What are you talking about? I love
CG with the
bathtub
important
toast.
questions.
Bathtub toast is tasty, and it also leaves that tingling feeling.
It's also gonna be a shitty exfoliator once it gets wet.
I
I think you guys are also forgetting that whether the toaster's in the bathroom or not, they have a whole lot of bread in in an area that's going to have a lot of water. That is a mold culture.
I
Okay.
love
Yeah.
you, Toaster Bath Bomb. You're my best friend.
Actually, now that I think about it, look on the wall. Like, right where the actual, like, faucet and stuff are.
Okay, we've had enough of the,
No,
the silly shit.
Hold
Let's get back
No,
to the game.
I want to know if that toast is hanging off of something or if it's actually, like, stuck to the wall. Because if
It's
it is,
probably hanging off of a hook, like a shower hook.
it's either hanging off a hook or someone buttered that
No,
toast
I
and
see
smacked
what it is. No, they wedged it behind the actual pipe that goes to the faucet.
God
I
damn
thought-
it, butter the
I'm-
toast!
I am with Krista, though. It sounds like we
Yeah.
are all back, so we should probably get going.
Okay, and a nut.
So, well then, are we going? Well, here's the question. Let's get into character, because we talked about a lot of stuff above game that now our characters need to decide.
Yeah. I will say this. Before you guys go on to whatever choice of plan you guys want, you guys will at least be getting a nice hearty meal. In fact, Montana's kind of busting out the really good stuff, because now he has had the cooks prepare basically a really nice choice of, like, meat for everybody. You all are basically getting you're basically getting Australian-style steak with bloomin' onions, plenty of potatoes. carrots.
Where'd they bring the deep fryer?
They have a Drake.
Yeah,
We're
that's
in
not
the
oil.
desert. We're in the
You-
desert, my dude.
We brought the oil. We have an alchemy jug.
Why were we making that much oil?
You're not. Montana is. He has oil.
Anyways.
Man's basically cooking up a feast for everybody. So you all
Yeah,
are
yeah.
getting a really good food. A really good dinner.
Are we getting a hero's feast dinner?
No,
Not
but
that
I will-
good.
Not that good. However,
Worth a
I
shot.
will give you a benefit. Because of how much food you've eaten, and I will say, like, everybody can go back for seconds and stuff, I will say add 4 temporary hit points.
Ooh,
Oh, nice.
now I have around 40 HP.
It's not a lot, but it's still
I mean,
something.
I'm a wizard. If I had high HP, I'm breaking the game somehow.
Oh, don't worry, I have ways.
Though, at this point, would we be able to do another insight on Montana? Because he was very stingy, and he said that they found something minor and that they'll just get a slight pay increase. But he is breaking out a lot more opulence than you would in this kind of situation if it was just that.
To be fair, you can, but I'm gonna give you this above game.
Mhm.
Montana's just busting out all the good food because, like, he's actually pretty happy that this entire job was a success. And to be fair, you got to keep your men in a very happy position. Just giving them the normal gruel kind of food is gonna
Fair.
wear away.
Yeah.
So you gotta
Even-
spice things up.
Salas would also know in character. Mutinies in archaeologist crews are not unheard of.
Mm-hmm.
Looks
Plus-
at Moon Knight.
That was a good show.
Yeah.
It
So,
was.
I had a thought and then I lost it.
Oof.
Sorry.
But seemed like the sandstorm is approaching.
It seems like the sandstorm will probably be upon your camp within the next 2 to 3 hours.
Okay.
At which point, Dados would actually ask the twins and Professor Flametongue, so, are any of you also, do any of you also know the spell, Tiny Hut? Because me and my sister do, but that's a lot of work for just the two of us.
Oh, yes. Professor Flametongue will actually come up. Yes, actually, we will be utilizing. Tents, unfortunately, are not going to make it in this scenario. How our archaeological guards are going to be able to handle it, I don't know, but they have more experience. But yes, we will all be staying within tiny huts.
Ah, alright, then we can just do one tiny hut for me and my friends then. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Don't do that
You
to
wish.
me, CG.
You fucking wish. She
I've been-
doesn't even have that power.
I've been hanging out with Corvin for the past year or so, and he knew that spell. Don't shame me.
I know. I can't shame you because I've also reaped the rewards of the spa and cheese room.
But yeah, it sounds like we're putting up our little hut.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. I will say this. You guys put up the huts, and by this time everybody's starting to bunker down. Montana's crew is going to their tents. They're putting extra stakes through. You watch a few of them actually put up what appears to be this kind of like artificial walls kind of inside the tents to kind of act as like buffers. And it seems like they're able to weigh them down with these small portable weights. No doubt as a means of preventing the tents from, well, basically flying off. Because they're also attaching extra ropes in. Kind of onto the walls. So basically, they are bunkering down.
Mm-hmm.
Montana himself has even made sure to basically keep his Drake close to him for this one.
Alright, well then. Dados will go over to where he set up his tiny hut last time, which is right here. And he'll get started on the ritual for casting it.
Alright. Does not take you too long. Eventually the huts are up. You all begin to move in, and the bunkering down commences.
And the best
I
part
will let you guys do.
The best part is, without knowing that, Salas wants to, go underground, Dalos is just doing everything that he's already done, and he hasn't thought about it.
Okay. But yeah, the huts are up. You all make your way into the huts. I will let you guys decide your courses of action.
About an hour goes by, and in the hut, and as we're just kind of lying down, Salas just kind of gets up for a second and says, I can't let this go.
What?
The whole whispers on the wind, the missing the fire and the torches. Something's up. It's got my gander going.
Okay, well, thanks to how it works, I shouldn't be hindered by the storm. Give me 1 second. Dalos was sitting, cross-legged. He just stands up, and, he watches his arcane matrix flashes, and his eyes start to glow as do-do-do-do. See invisibility. Do I see any form of spiritual movement in the ethereal plane?
You do not.
He'll circle around, look around the immediate area, Well, I can tell you for sure one thing. There's no ghosts on the wind.
Hmm. That's good, I suppose. Rules that out.
Well, but then again, like I said, I have no way of tracking down a curse. Curses don't typically can't even be detected by detect magic. They have an insidious way of masking their presence.
Yeah, I don't know it. He's gonna look around everyone. What is everyone else looking like right now?
Exactly the same as she did the first day, because she's wearing the same thing.
I mean, you could have slipped into the to the sick day pajama pants.
Could I, when I'm in the tiny hut and not in the in the teacher's tent?
Oh yeah, yeah,
I thought we were all together at the tiny hut.
yeah.
Yes. What? Like I don't have
They
anything.
gave them to you.
They gave you
Oh,
multiple
she gave.
clothes.
Okay. All right. Then yeah.
You literally have Strixhaven like
All right. Then
fucking
yeah. I'll have.
advertisement branded on you at this point.
Okay. I'll
Though
do that
that
then.
also means that if we're all in our actual sleepwear, Daedalus has gone out of his like Chinese scholar outfit that he's had for his entire trip, and now he's in his usual sleepwear, which just looks like loungewear.
Indare has not changed out of his clothes. He is going through his haversack. He is organizing. He is constantly looking over his shoulder.
You'll notice Iapetus hasn't changed out of her stuff either. If anything, the scarf that she had, she's securing it a little bit more in case she has to like cover her face for any reason. And she's like checking what few non like magical related items she has. So like any daggers of any sort, like she's checking her stuff. She doesn't look like she's going to sit down. She actually looks like she's leaving out. Not
no.
like immediately, but like she's preparing.
If Daedalus sees this, he's like, he just sighs and he is now changing clothes.
Like, and she's muttering. You hear like, can I keep this up? I'm not sure.
What about Goldblum?
He does not look different at all.
I just imagine he's just doing the Drax eating berries.
I thought you were gonna say he still looks gray.
Oh, gray.
That's the most long-standing meme of the series. Not even the owls. It is, I'm gray.
Oh, ow.
Did you take psychic damage?
Oh no, I took a stomach, gut, laughing stitch damage.
Sal's kind of looks over the rest of the group. Hey, you all wait here. I'm gonna
Are you
head on out for a bit.
In a sandstorm.
It's not a sandstorm yet. We still got a couple hours now.
Okay.
I mean, it's funny. I was gonna go take a walk myself.
Sal squints a little bit. Sure, but I think it'd be better if only one of us went out for a walk with what's coming.
I think at that point, Daedalus will put a hand on Iapetus' shoulder and just be like, I trust him. He's got that look in his eye like what happened after I was in the bombing at this research lab. I think I know what this is going.
She pauses a moment. I really want to check something out though, but
Oh, Kazan kitten.
seems like whenever folks go off, something bad happens to them. It's a little bit better if at least one other person was around.
I mean, we could tie a
You're
rope
right.
to him.
Please don't do that. You're right. Things do go bad when one person wanders off. Things go a little better for the people who don't follow.
I feel attacked.
Sal's is gonna start walking out of the bubble.
Okay.
Is it possible to look around and see if anyone is still up?
Currently, everyone is bunkered in. But, yeah, with your passive perception being, I believe you have one of the highest ones, you can
19.
easily see. Everyone's bunkering down.
Sal's is gonna start stealthing towards the hole.
Okay.
I will change into. Well, no, because it's probably warmer like this. I'll grab my battle axe and. Does Salus tell anybody that he's leaving the tent?
Yeah, I would assume, like...
Yeah, alright. I will try and sneak with him. And since I don't have my armor on, I should not have
I mean,
disadvantage.
he just went on a whole thing about how it's better if only one person goes out.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, sorry. Sorry.
You're fine.
you're good. But yeah. Sal's,
Dang it.
you make your way
In
out
character,
towards
she wants to check though.
Make your way towards the hole. You go down the hole, I assume?
Indeed.
Okay, go down the hole. I will move us towards... Give me just 1 second. The map. You should have full control of your token.
Salus is none too pleased about how this is all shaking out. He is going to start making his way down into the depths. Now that he's seen that it's a little bit more stable, he'd like to enter down into the stairs and see where it goes.
Alright. Salus, you make your way down. Give me just 1 second.
He's just going to the bathroom real quick.
All good.
I imagine that's just what Belky told the rest of the group about what Salus is doing.
he's just going to the bathroom. Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
he's just going to the back. He's just taking.
Well, no. The worst part is we see him. It's like, well, oh, I did not expect him to go in the hole. Is it gonna come back? Should I use message?
He's gonna take a poop in the hole.
Yep, totally.
Fire in the hole, you know. But yeah, Salus, give me just 1 second. I will move your token because I need to. Move. Salus, you will go down these steps. And they go deeper and deeper and deeper. In fact, it feels like there's dozens of flights until finally you reach the end. There's this massive gate. The gate, it's this massive gateway door. It's sealed. And you notice there's intricate carvings on it. Symbolisms of pyramids. You see symbolisms of what appear to be maybe magic casters and others. And you see right on the door itself, like right dead center, what appears to be a bronze scarab. Just acting on the door. Basically acting kind of in the center part. There is a split down the middle. So it looks like it can be split open.
he's gonna walk and walk towards the door. So you notice anything like about the scribbling, the etchings and the design of the door that really kind of stands out to him?
Roll me an investigation.
Oh boy, 9!
None of this makes sense to you.
He's gonna walk on up to the door.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to start by making Vaughn's day.
Ha ha!
Mm. You cannot sense anything.
Understood.
I will say, if you are close enough to the door, you can roll another investigation just to see if there's a way to open it.
Sure, I'd like to see if there's a way to open the door. 17.
Takes you a second. Then you think to yourself, there's a door, there's gotta be a door, a key hole somewhere. So you feel around and then you think about it and you go, Scarab. You go towards where its wings would be, and you open up that little carrot's part. Sure enough, there's a keyhole. Though the key design, though what would probably work to open this door, is a pretty substantially sized key. Salas, make me a history check.
I'm good with that. 18.
You recognize this keyhole design. It's the same design as the key you guys already found.
Who
Something
has
that is
that?
currently Montana, who is currently bunkered down in his bed.
Salas looks like he's about to investigate the door, and then he looks up into the air. So, like, something caught his attention, and he's just gonna go, oh, blast that go. And he's gonna turn around and walk up for a little bit.
Okay.
And as he walks up the staircase, I get the feeling that Salas is going to bump into someone on the way down.
You could say that.
Oh no.
Salas, you bump into Iapetus.
You bump into Doggo, because Doggo wanted extra stealth.
That's
Then how did you
true.
get down?
Yes.
Dogs are famously
Oh.
bad at falling.
No, only stealth 2 hole, climb down, back to Doggo. It's an at-will thing, my dude.
I just had to make sure.
Well, I'm glad you waited at least. What'd you find?
Salas has a very difficult look on his face. I found a keyhole. One that, for a key that Montana has. I didn't check to see if I could pick it. You, kind of caught me as I was in the middle of thinking.
I figured it was better to let you know sooner rather than later before you got out of range.
Yeah. Salas is a little miffed at the moment. Well, I guess you're here now, so we might as well be partners in crime, eh? So,
I made a promise.
Alright. So we have two options. I can go down and see if I could potentially pick the lock. It's pretty ancient, so chances are that that's a little slim. Or sneak into Montana's tent. See if we can't swipe the key.
We might be able to. We might be able to potentially use some of the noise of the coming sandstorm to swipe the key, but that might make it difficult to get back.
I have an idea.
I'm listening.
He's gonna give a little whistle, and a snake is going to pop out of his school clothes.
Is
And you
that
feel-
the cat?
Yeah, it is. Now I know you've been grumpy ever since we got here, but I feel like a little well, I was about to say stretch your legs, but that's not exactly what you can do at the moment. You know what? I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. We're gonna see about getting a little key from Montana's room. Think you can help with that?
To me or the snake?
To the snake.
God, can the snake help?
The snake might be able to help. Are you wanting to have the snake pick the lock?
No, I wanted to see if the snake could go in and scout Montana's room for the key. I could also just try to pick the lock. I don't have any issues with that.
I'm going to say this right now. You can. It's a very high DC.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
I just wanted to ask, did I have to tell anyone to not follow her, or did she just kind of deuces? Because we can see everything that happens outside the hut, and you just kind of left.
So, like, she had every intention of leaving to begin with, and
Yeah.
given that Daedalus noticed that she was already dressed and, like, packing things, and he had started changing clothes, she already knows what he did, or what she did.
Yeah, it's
So-
a safe assumption.
Well,
yeah.
It's better. It's not like, again, we were in a very confined space, and you kind of just walked out. I'm just asking if anything, because a while ago, Daedalus would have just followed, like, nope, I'm not letting my sister do something alone.
I'd probably say you're in the hole, but not like down to this point. But
I'll put
as
it
far
this
as the
way. She would have let Lucy know, I'll be all right. I don't want him by himself. Even if she had to like send it to Lucy as a message or something, she would have let him know. She just doesn't want everyone leaving en masse.
I would say, yeah, that'll be fine. As far as sending the snake to go up and check on Montana, go ahead and roll me a stealth.
Oh boy, here we go with the sneaking again. 28.
Yeah, it doesn't take too long. The snake will head to Montana's. Neither Montana nor his Drake Sheila notice the snake because they're both conked.
Okay.
I will say, what is the snake's perception?
Let me check. I think it's just a poisonous snake. A poisonous snake! Shoutouts if you get that particular reference. A passive perception of 10, so it's just got regular wisdom.
How much did you say it was?
10. Passive perception is 10.
Roll me a perception. We'll use the snakes.
Okay. I don't think I can see through its senses. I think that's something...
No, you can, but you have to focus on it.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
focus.
Alright.
And you have to be 100 feet close to that thing.
I should still be pretty close. That's a nat 1.
Don't know where the key would be. You would only assume it's either in a lockbox or somewhere on Montana's person, maybe.
I didn't see the key lying around anywhere on their person.
Hmm.
If he stowed it away in his little pocket, that's gonna be garbage.
I'm honestly shocked he didn't go down there with them. He probably would have noticed it then.
He took some pictures. But he also probably didn't actually do anything with the scarab. There's a little the keyhole was hidden a little bit. Scarab motif.
Well, do you want to give it a shot?
I'm rolling a d20. Oh, of course.
Well, I mean, above game, you do have the inspiration if you try it.
No, this is for my decision making.
Oh, no, I mean for, like, if you decide to lockpick it, you technically have help.
I guess
That
that's
is true.
And you also have another set of eyes.
I suppose we can try and do a little lockpick and just give it a shot. Though, if my earlier attempts at the trunks are any indication, that's going to be very difficult.
Feel
Oh,
free to
I guess
roll
that
a
means that
lockpick.
it's... Oh yeah, I was gonna say, I guess that means it's either we risk that, or we try to somehow get the key tomorrow, and I don't think we're gonna have that chance.
I'll try with the lock. If anything really jumps out, we'll know. And with Iapetus's help, I will go ahead and roll a thieves' tool check.
All right. Roll me a thieves'
Speed
tool check.
friend.
Oh, that's helpful. Double threes.
Still have an inspiration.
I'm not gonna burn it. He might try again, though, if you'd be willing to let him have a second crack at it.
Yeah, you did nat one, so your tools aren't broken.
Come on! Alright.
Well, that was with help, right? So that means you get the... Does that mean you get the higher one than the lower one?
Did you say you were helping him out with it?
Isn't that what we said before we rolled the first time?
Yeah.
Okay, my apologies. Yeah, then you would have the 14. But that is going to be a failure.
Alright, I'm gonna try one more time for a lockpick.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Oh, thank God.
That's much better, because you beat the DC. So you want to know the fun part?
What?
You beat the DC by 2.
It's 25?
Holy
It's a
shit.
25.
Let's fucking go.
That natural 20 helped you.
Oh, yeah, it did.
So Alice, the first 2 attempts, you're just like, God damn it. Fuck. God damn. I can feel the tumble. What can't? And then you're like, no, fuck it. Fuck it. I'm gonna toothbrush method this thing. And so you do this. And eventually you hear click, 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 click. And then you just hear the rumbling of gears. And suddenly, the door swings backwards, slowly. And opens up to this chamber. And in fact, I will move both you and Iapetus, because you are both down here, onto this. Give me just 1 second as I switch us over to this new map.
Where we find a mummy lord.
You wish.
Why would I wish that? Tell me why I would wish that.
Oh, no, you're the exploratory one.
Nyeh.
Give me just 1 second. I gotta do a little bit of map reveal.
Now, does this look anything like what Montana said? Or any of the pictures he took?
This is none of the pictures that Montana has taken. He hasn't, as far as you can tell, that lock has not been opened.
May catch hell for this, but
I will say this, as that door opened up, torches immediately lit up within this chamber. There is light.
Is there anything that I can put by the door to like wedge just in case the door's shut?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think you have the correct item needed to keep that thing open.
Shit. Okay.
To answer your question as well, Daedalus, in terms of time, I'd probably say like 15, 20 minutes. But yeah, no. You guys are in a very open chamber. There are 4 pillars within close by the entranceway. There's tons of markings, hieroglyphics, symbols, and you'll notice there are 2 doors up front, 1 door to your left, and a door that kind of ascends a bit to your right. There's 4 entranceways. Well, there's 4 doorways, I should say.
dealer's choice. North, north, east, or west?
I'd say the door on the right, are the stairs going up or down?
Door on the right is going up. Well, actually, descending. My apologies. They are descending.
Descending?
Yes.
Well, it looks like going to the right takes us further down. Looks like otherwise the other doors might take us maybe further along this floor.
Number 1 rule of archaeology. Avoid going down if you can. Yeah, let's try this one.
Alright. Also, just so she doesn't freak out her brother before he comes running down here and raising an alarm, she'll burn sending again if she has to, just to let him know that they're okay.
Alright, what do you tell your brother?
Hey, Lucy, we're okay. Opened a few doors. Safe and sound. Let us know if someone if someone comes looking.
Daedalus is now literally biting the knuckle on his finger till he's drawing blood.
Shit, they're safe!
You are going into an unmapped cave system below there. And now you're asking to play lookout during a sandstorm where he will literally have no visibility.
All she said was to just let them know if someone comes looking. She didn't say that you had to do security. You're good.
How would he be able to tell if he didn't leave the hut? He basically has to be security.
No, if any of the caravan crew were to come around and say, hey, we're just making sure everyone's all right, sort of thing.
There's a sandstorm coming. As I said, sandstorm stripped fresh from bones. No one's leaving their areas.
You never know. They might to ensure that their charges are still safe.
You're in tiny huts. You're fine. They had to build artificial walls in their tents.
Yeah.
So then,
Also-
we're good. AKA, he doesn't need to stress.
You are going into an unmapped, archaeological thing that was either hidden from us. He doesn't know what you're going on. You're saying you're fine, but he has no sense of it. And also, he thought that eventually Sal's was just going to do like we did with the Hoblin Goblin, where we all went. You two just went off, and that's the first he's heard from you.
Listen, I'm not saying that you can't follow.
Well, she didn't say that.
She didn't tell him not to or to do so, but when she left, she would have said something to her brother at least to let him know that she was okay. It's not like she hadn't said for most of that day that she really wanted to check out the hole. And she just sent a message letting him know that they're okay. They only opened up a few doors, nothing has attacked them, and just let her know if someone for any reason came looking for her. I'm just saying that's
It's
so
fine,
far
just-
pretty good. That's
just
more than
don't
she
read any
got when
flesh
her
books.
brother disappeared.
I still have not succeeded on that fucking DC save. Fucking stupid ass book.
He's just.
Okay, but
All I'm gonna say is
Anyways.
the people upside are just seeing Daedalus very much looking very nervous, constantly looking around the entire area of the thing. Like, has a sandstorm set in yet, Frost?
It's starting to pick up. It's starting to set in. You know that within at least 10 to 20 minutes, that storm's gonna. You will be passing the early stages into the beginning stages into the early to intermediate stage of the sandstorm.
All right.
and
Well,
also with sending, aren't you allowed to kind of
You can reply back.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say you can reply back in kind.
well, he's literally just going to say, "We are 20 minutes away from the point where you could not come back up, and we cannot get to you. This seems very dangerous in just about every way."
You can dig us a tunnel, you know.
That's in sending. He's not saying that out loud.
All right. You don't even whisper?
No,
All right,
it's
that's-
completely
that's all.
telepathic.
Bees.
Well, he would have said that like before anyway.
Well, again, apparently we didn't broach any of this. They just left. So I mean, Daedalus will just look to everyone. We've got 10 minutes before I'm going in after them.
Wait for cover. I can dig us there.
We are in total cover. No one can see inside here except for us.
Above game, I thought the description was it was about to set in, but it's not fully.
No,
It's-
Tiny Hut. Only people that you allow to see in can see in. He hasn't let anyone else see in.
Oh.
Yeah, it's complete cover.
Yeah, we can see outside. It's basically a giant dome of one-way mirror.
And also, Daedalus, you can't leave because if he leaves, won't Tiny Hut drop?
No, it's not a concentration spell. You literally put it down and it lasts for 8 hours in one spot.
It is
It's-
basically
Everything's-
glamping.
And it's a
only thing
ritual. It's
stopping you
literally
is
made
this-
just for safe long rests.
If you leave
So,
it, though,
yeah,
if
yeah.
Daedalus leaves it, it dispels.
So wait. Just to clarify, Maggie, chill,
Put it in
relax,
chat.
relax, doggo. It says the spell fails if if you leave the area. So is it referring to people who are in it or the person who cast it? Because that's very specific wording.
I'm going to say probably the person who casts it. If they
So,
leave
yeah.
it,
He can't leave.
I mean, so long as he's within 5 feet of it, it stays up.
Oh, well then I guess Daedalus just said if he doesn't hear anything or if they don't come back in 10 minutes, guess what guys, we're going.
Well, okay then.
All right.
Because point blank, at that point, they also can't get back to us once the sandstorm picks up. So they are in a place that they don't know if it's dangerous or not, and they will be completely cut off and unable to return to us.
Unless
also
I dig a
has
tunnel,
Tiny
which I keep
Hut.
mentioning.
I mean, at that point, tunnel-
If we go in there.
And also, Iaptis has Tiny Hut, so worst case scenario, she could do the same thing closer to the entrance of the hole, and easily just come back up in the morning, and it would seem like no one had left.
We could. All right. So, if Goldblum wants to dig a tunnel, I mean, you could. I don't know how good it would be to get there, though. I like the idea. I'm not sure about the logistics.
I mean, we're literally like 10 feet from the hole you guys took, and there's probably rope that Salas used to get down.
Yeah, there is.
That's what Daedalus' thought process is. At this point, like, again, you guys are basically in a dungeon crawl, and this is me above game. You guys are basically in a dungeon crawl, and more than half the party is AFK.
Yeah, it's only 2 of you in here. I'm just giving you the heads up.
And you have limited healing. Like, I didn't prepare Cure Wounds, but I got Wither and Bloom. And Healing Word.
You do have potions, I believe.
You have potions. Listen, I'm just saying, and I know this is everyone's least favorite phrase, but this is what Salas would do.
Well, that's also totally fine, but again, also Daedalus has just been like, we had this big talk about trying to keep each other safe, and now the people that told him that have just left.
But Daedalus was also there for a conversation where people made other promises.
Listen,
I need an action here, Beep.
yeah.
Guys, it's already getting close.
All right. Here's what we're gonna do. Salas is going to look at some of these doors and quickly do an investigation to see if they're like trapped, and if they're not, proceed through this one to the west.
All right, roll me an investigation.
I suck at this. 18.
All right. I will say you would investigate this door, and you do happen to notice that there's seemingly a soft spot on it.
A soft spot?
Mm-hmm. You can tell that that's more than likely a trap. If you want to disarm it, I will need you to roll me a Thieves' Tools.
Aepitus, look here. Points out the trap.
That little depression, kind of?
Yeah, that's it. Salas is gonna get up and sigh. No, I can't. I can't justify it. Look, I'm as curious as anyone else here. But we are officially venturing into unknown territory. And we're actually dealing with legit booby traps now.
Well,
I can't.
well, no, that's understandable. Like I said, personally, I just wanted to see what was down here, and we kind of have an idea already of some pretty nifty mysteries. And Daedalus is apparently losing his mind. He says that the sandstorm's going to roll through in about 20 minutes, which means, knowing my brother, we probably have half that before he tries to bring everyone down.
Salas growls. God damn it. God damn it. Let's get out of here. I will not let my curiosity get the better of me.
Alright. I mean, with any luck, maybe we can convince the professors to give us a chance to do the guided tour that Montana told us we could have.
Yeah.
As you begin walking away, Salas, a whisper is put into your mind. Come and see.
Salas is going to very angrily shout, "Come and see what? What do you want me to come and see, huh?" Fucking bullshit ass voice.
She's going to gently put a hand on your shoulder. Silas, what are you talking about? Who's what voice?
Did you hear that?
God, I'm assuming I didn't hear it.
Nope. This is in Salus's head.
No, I didn't hear anything.
God
Hey,
damn it! God damn it! God damn it! God damn it!
hey. I believe you, but what are you hearing?
That same damn voice from before saying, "Come and see."
Maybe it can sense how much you wanted to be here, and maybe it's playing off of that? If your gut tells you don't, then might be for the best.
My gut is saying that it wants to go in further, but my gut is also saying not to put you in danger. Not when it can be avoided.
She will look at him honestly, like very serious face. Well, I don't want you in danger either. What would you have done if I wasn't here?
Probably would have kept on going.
As intrigued as I am by this, that might be what it wants.
Can I roll an insight on the voice?
By all means. Because Salus, the voice is stronger. Come and see. Salus Creed.
14.
This, with a 14 on insight. To quote a certain man, you know it's trying to play you. And it might be working. If it's getting you this riled up. But it used your name. Your
Epitus?
full name.
Yes?
This son of a bitch name dropped me.
If it knows your full name, then... As much as I don't like going back into maternal mode, we might be dealing with something we don't know a lot of, and it seems like has it always been this prevalent, like since we got here? Is it getting better? Is it getting worse?
It's gotten stronger. That's it. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to see about a compromise. I know it's really gonna chap Belky's hides, but...
What do you mean? Because she was actually about to like gently grab your arm and try walking back across the threshold of the door just to see what happens to you as far as like how you react.
Salus is going to look to you, Iapetus, and say, "You know what? Enough of this skulking around. I've never been exactly much of a sneaky type, no matter how good I am at it. And I will refuse to be my parents in this type of endeavor. We're going to get back up. If it wants me, it can have me, but I'm going at it full fucking blast. And I ain't going in alone, and I'm not gonna see about jeopardizing all y'all or making y'all worry. So we're gonna get our crew, and we're gonna get Mr. Montana."
That sounds like the Silas I know. How far away are we from the tiny hut, Frost?
You're deep down in. You're about a dozen flight of steps down underground.
Asking more so for the sake of message.
I'm gonna say this: if you want to get a proper message through, I'm gonna recommend you guys just get back to the hole and send it.
Got you. All right. So then, yeah. All right then. Let's go get him.
As we begin to leave, Salas turns back and looks at this. I don't know what you fucking want. I don't know what you're asking. Better not hurt my fucking friends. And he's gonna come back and he's going to leave with Iapetus.
Okay.
As soon as we're within like 120 feet of folks's, just in case it's like the 10-minute mark, she will like send a regular message to Lucy. We're on our way back. We're good to go. We're on our way back to you guys.
I feel like at that point, Daedalus would have been like halfway through stepping out of the tiny hut and be like, okay, all right, just turn around, just hands in the clapped hands in front of the face. Okay. Oh, I'm bleeding.
Wait, he's
Speaking of
bleeding?
which-
Hold
Hey,
on, wait,
Daedalus.
time out. He's bleeding?
Yeah, because
He's been nibbling on his knuckle out of nervousness.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
like,
see.
you know
Hey,
the people...
Daedalus.
Uh-huh.
I'm just jokingly gonna do this. Don't take this actually serious. You're taking 2 points of discomfort damage as there's sand getting flown into your wound.
That's fine. That's fine. But
It's
all
2 points of sandy damage.
So, I guess Salas and Iapetus emerge from the hole. And I guess we're gonna split up, and Iapetus, Salas is gonna send direct you to the group while he goes to Montana.
All right.
Got it.
Iapetus, we will get to you in just a second. Salas, you go over to Montana's tent. It is starting to storm. You eventually open up the tent. Do you do it gently, loudly? What do you do?
I'll do it gently, and then I'll after entering in, I'll just kind of announce myself. Hey, Mr. Montana.
The first thing you get is Montana go, and then Salas, Sheila raises her head, and you can see flames start to form at the edges of her mouth. Whoa, kid, what the fuck are you doing in my tent?
We need to talk. And don't... Here's the thing. That door you found at the very bottom?
What about it? Wait, what do you know about the door? How do you know about the door? Kid, what are you doing?
This little mystery, this little hovel called my name. My actual name. Salas Creed.
You're not going in there. Kid, you are not going in there. I forbid you. You are not going in there.
This motherfucking place called my name.
Well,
And I
that's...
don't know what the fuck is going on. I know this is a terrible idea.
Of course it's a fucking terrible idea, you daft cunt!
So, all due respect, please do not insult me again.
You're the one trying to go into a bloody fucking temple!
That's why I came to you. A guide. Someone who is in the same profession as my parents.
Oh my god, you are actually wanting me to act as a fucking babysitter.
Listen, I don't know what's down there. And I have to admit, I'm of two minds about this, and I'm very, very split on it. I need help here. Either with a guide or someone to talk me sense into here, because it is very tempting to me right now, and I do not want to give into it, but boy, is it really chapping me.
How far in did you get?
We got in as far as we opened the door, got into the antechamber. We spotted another trap on one of the doors, and given the time frame of the oncoming sandstorm and the tempting that it was doing to me, thought it would be best to head above ground and get reinforcements, or get a second opinion.
Okay. Alright. Okay. You're not too stupid. So already we're off to a great track. You watch Montana pull out a coin. A wooden coin. I'm gonna flip this. If it lands on this symbol, and he shows you a symbol of an eagle, I'm going. But if it lands on this symbol, and he shows you the face of probably what appears to be maybe some old king, you're sitting your ass back up there. Okay?
Fine. I accept the terms.
Great. He flips the coin, catches it, and smacks his hand with it. He peeks down into it. Fuck me. Alright. Get your friends. I'm grabbing some of my people.
Thank you kindly.
Kid. He looks to you dead serious.
Mm-hmm.
I am taking a very huge risk. I'm putting my name, I'm putting the lives of my people, and I'm putting my reputation at stake here. As well as your people's lives. Anything goes wrong, we hightail it back up.
Nothing would please me more. Listen, Mr. Montana, have you heard of me and my family before?
I know enough about your creeds.
Listen,
Okay.
Don't disappoint.
honestly, I think disappointment would be the best outcome in this scenario, but I'll do my best.
Watch as he starts to immediately get clothing on. And you see he grabs his whip, Sheila gets up. You watch as he grabs two other things. First, you watch as he opens up a lockbox, takes out this device. It's a handheld. It looks like a cross. You think, oh, it's a handheld cross. It's a small handheld crossbow. But you notice it's made of metal. This is two. Above game, this man's packing a single action revolver.
Ah, classic.
I'm surprised not Colt Army.
Damn.
It's a Rough Rider.
Hmm.
The next thing you watch is he immediately pulls out. You watch this man pull out kind of this tube. Like this small, a cylindrical tube. At least, how do I put it? It's about a couple feet. It's about 2.5 to 3 feet long, with a single kind of strap on it. You notice that there's kind of like a little notch on the side, and he just goes, and this is in a just-in-case emergency. Come on. Get your people. I'm grabbing mine.
All right.
Not one of your professors, because I don't need that problem on my neck.
Fine. I'll take responsibility if that rolls out.
Oh, you damn well will. If this entire fucking operation blows up, I'm throwing you completely under the bus.
I dove under the bus in the first place, good sir. I ain't dragging you underneath with me.
Good, because I'll be chopping my arm off. Alright,
Why?
come on. Let's move!
As he walks out, Salas just goes, wait a minute, what's a bus? All right. I'll go out and I check in with the gang.
All right. While you guys are doing that, Montana's rounding up at least 2 squads, so he will have 12 people accompanying him and Sheila down into the ruins.
Daedalus would just go up to him, ask what's going on, and then he would just say, "So, I have a very ostentatious backup plan. I want to run it by you first, just in case things get weird, because it sounds like things are about to get very weird."
Things are already weird. What's up?
Well, if he was hiding this from us, which he absolutely was with all of the stuff we have, we can probably assume he wanted to rob that place and sell everything he finds down there to the highest bidder. On the off chance that things go wrong and he tries to betray us, do you want me to just send a message to the Sultan right now? We met him.
Brother, I have never been so proud of you.
Like, quite literally, he's committing a crime on the Sultan's land, and at minimum, he's creating a giant legal dispute with the dwarves. And there are a lot of dwarves in this country, I would assume, considering how much the land shifts. And it would also, again, be robbing from possibly the Sultan himself if he can claim the land before the dwarves do.
Listen,
Yeah.
appreciate the heads up. We don't even have the wherewithal to begin with that sort of declaration. And frankly, no offense, I like where your head's at. I think I'd prefer if we kept that particular amount of ammo for what we might find down there, or as a final last resort to call teachers for backup. Well,
You know, he's not the only one that's sending, right? I think 3 of us do. Him, me, and Red.
True.
Yeah,
Calling-
although I am down a charge, but yeah.
I'm also going to point this out. This is one of those things that could be very bad if we cry wolf as well. Like,
Fair
really
point.
bad. So let's
don't-
not.
We're not crying wolf.
Yeah, he lied to foreign nationals who have been given permission to actually, like, excavate foreign land. He's committing several crimes that...
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, what we're doing,
Listen.
as long as we just don't rob anything, if we're just exploring and trying to find answers, that's fine.
I mean,
I
looks
don't.
over at Indare with the mace.
1, Indare doesn't have the mace, and 2, Indare isn't even there.
Oh, great. The cat disappeared again.
Now there's a good. there's
Bubba,
a good use of
update that
sending.
counter.
Ding!
Also,
I-
just for the
We told
sake
you
of
about
brevity, I just would have relayed everything to the group while Salas was talking to Montana, just for brevity.
Yeah.
So that includes like the trap that they saw and everything.
All right. Look, I don't have time to debate this. I'm of the opinion that we could use the firepower. We could use all of the tools at our disposal. We may need it later. And this is something that we may be going, oh, shucks, if we only had, capabilities to use our spells later. But right now, we have a small window for this. I don't know what this shit is about. I really don't like involving all y'all in my curiosity. God, I'm not gonna get anyone.
All right.
fucking
Well,
killed
1,
for
hold that
shit.
thought. 2, no, we would rather you have us actually help you so you don't, get stuck and the cave-in happens and, you're stuck there for the rest of your natural life, which would not be very long. And the next thing is I'm going to send a message to our little pussycat. So I'm going to message Indare.
All right, what are you messaging him?
Cat, where the fuck are you? Get your ass back here.
And while that's happening, Daedalus is also just going to literally get right up in front of Salas. Salas, we literally just had a talk. You're acting like I was. Think about that.
You know what I'm acting like right now? Trying to keep you out of it. I'm
We
trying
don't
to
want
act.
to be out of it.
Yes, that's exactly what I did for all of you with the vampires. Let that sink in.
Yeah.
We all gotta stop trying to be heroes, yeah?
I'm not fucking getting you killed like my parents got me.
You didn't What do you mean? Why? Did you die or something?
Fucking died, alright?
What?
It's only for a little bit.
Do you
Cave
want
in.
to elaborate?
Listen, it went wrong when I was not long before I went into Strixhaven. The parents and I were exploring a tomb. We caught it in a trap. It was poison gas one. They got out, I got with, but it lingered. It's gone for only a little bit. Parents brought me back. But it's still nothing.
Dog.
Sorry, something is wrong. One moment.
It was only for a little bit, but it was still death.
Sorry. Sorry, guys. Something spooked the dog. I'll be right back.
Okay. Go ahead.
Sal's just kind of crosses his arms.
Belky's gonna reach over and put an arm around him and give him a little hug.
He takes a very deep, stuttering breath.
Listen, you got us now. Nobody in this group needs to go off on their own and be a hero. I think we learned that from both Specs going off on adventures with vampires, from Catmandu going off and doing shit on his own, trying to save all of us and getting himself into more trouble. Like, can we agree, as a collective, we need to stop doing that?
I won't argue about that.
You're just gonna make us worry and we're gonna come after you anyway. And she gives him like a much tighter squeeze using like her strength. So
Ow.
you might as well let us come with you. And then she lets him go.
I'll admit. Beforehand, it was just my curiosity, and I would absolutely fucking refuse to get people killed over curiosity. He looks on over to Daedalus. I get why you kept that shit from the vampires. You were trying to protect us. This felt different. But I guess at the end of the day, it's just the fucking same, so... Alright.
I mean, at least you're communicating and letting us know, which is important. And whatever it's telling you, just remember you're better than that.
It hasn't said anything bad to you yet, has it?
Just asked to come and see. And use my name.
Yeah, so you're gonna stick with us, right? Because that's some curse shit right there.
Oh, that's some real curse shit.
Well, I'm
If
glad
it's
I still have see invisibility up, so if there's any ghosts down there, I can at least see them for at least another like 10-20 minutes.
I'm hoping. I'm really hoping. Whatever's down there, it's not connected to any ghosts or curses. But kicked into a certain tapestry I have.
Okay.
Yeah?
That'll be the best case scenario. When we get out of this, I don't think I've told every one of you, but I'll go into more detail. Iapetus knows, and Darrow knows wherever the hell he got off to.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk with him too soon.
We already had this talk with him. I'm going to beat his ass. And I'm
Well,
gonna send
then-
another message. And like actually use his name this time.
No,
No?
I was getting information before I could reply to you.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So you would get, after a few moments, you would get a reply back. Doing a perimeter sweep. Something feels fucking weird. I don't like it. I'm hearing howling in the wind, and I'm seeing a whole bunch of
You only get
what I
25
think
words.
doing
Unless
a
you have message.
I don't.
Oh, okay.
So doing a perimeter sweep, got a bad fucking feeling. I'm hearing howling, seeing shadows, alerting professors.
All right, so Catmandu says that he's alerting the professors because he heard something and saw shadows. Let me just I message him again. Tell us next time, idiot. Get back here when you can.
Roger that. We'll let you know as soon as I tell professors. Lots of dogs, I think.
Catmandu says there's a lot of dogs. Was there a lot of dogs in camp? I don't think I saw any.
No, there weren't.
I don't like.
Yeah,
like
that's
dogs.
that's not good.
I
Are-
definitely would have noticed if there were dogs.
Are there like gnolls out here in the desert?
I'm thinking that this is no ordinary sandstorm at this point.
Yeah, probably not.
I'm thinking that it'd probably be in our best interest to make our way into the hole, which it might be directed. Who knows? It might be fucking directing us there anyway.
I mean,
Man, it
I-
would have been safer if we stayed in the tiny hut. We
be-
literally would not have been able to be bothered by anything. We
I-
could have slept.
I just want to point out, I totally called this. I said we were probably going to end up in that hole. I said it. It's statistically
guys.
improbable.
Yeah, what's up?
Barring Salas, who has an 18 and passive perception, and Ender, who's outside.
I have a
Who's got
16.
this- Okay.
14.
You guys are gonna hear shouting. And Dare, you're actually gonna hear the shouting better. Because you're already outside. And the sound of gunfire going off.
Oh no.
As well as lots of growling.
Immediately, Daedalus is burning a third level slot for sending at Indare. Indare, get to the hole. We're all going in now.
You don't need to use sending, you can just use message.
I mean, we'd have to see him, and it's bad conditions for visibility.
We wouldn't have to
this
be able
is
to
all
see him.
going
See him.
on.
You don't
Hold
need
on,
to
hold
see
on,
him.
Hold on. Frost.
And Dare, you will
Mhm.
see your professors immediately leaving their tiny huts. The students are being kept in. They're told to keep the hut doors sealed, if anything. And you watch as the twins both erupt magic. The high elf casting spirit guardians to surround them. While the drow, through a very complex set of spell casting. Let me see if they have it in their sheet. Yes, they do. You watch as the drow claps their hands together. And from there, you watch as the shadows begin to coil together. You see a large bodied entity wearing what appears to be black robes is standing at well over 10 feet tall, and with an immediate thrust of its hand produces what appears to be a spectral scythe. And both the professors are currently on a defensive fighting. Professor Flametongue, however, will be casting Wall of Fire, creating a protective barrier point, while the twins are currently defending other sides. They're creating a triangular protection form many of Montana's men are setting up onto areas that, while being buffeted by the sandstorm, they have some limited cover. They flip over tables, creating artificial, kind of these makeshift little bunker holes. And they begin shooting at what these canine-like creatures in the shadows of the sandstorm. There is growling, gnarling, gnashing of teeth. There's yiping. At one point, you hear what appears to be an explosion going off as one of the men says, "Load another one in! Alright, I'm going, Turk, god damn it!" And you watch as this man takes this small little, kind of like a medium-sized dart, but it's too big to be a dart. It's kind of got this small cylindrical topping on it, and he drops it down into a tube, and you watch as he immediately covers his ears, and he yells, "Fire in the hole!" And it just shoots out. And as this thing goes up into the air, you lose track of it just for a small bit, and it comes down. You hear this explosion going off. Montana is running by, and he grabs onto you in there, and he's going, "Grab your friends, come on, let's do this now."
So this, real quick, this creature that's, this shadowy creature, is it an entity?
It's not just one, it's dozens.
Oh,
No, the creature that was summoned made out of shadow with this giant scythe.
Oh! And there, roll me an Arcana, actually.
25.
25. This would be... How do I put this? This is actually a manifestation. You actually will know this spell, but you know it only due to the fact that your school studies with conjuration magics as well as necromancies. One of the twins just summoned a literal spirit of death to fight alongside them.
Oh dear lord.
So it's technically a creature.
It is it basically, allow me to put it this way. How do I put it?
Yeah. I cast Enlarge as I'm running away.
Alright. The creature goes from a large size category, goes from the medium sized category that it was. Well, I should say medium, but really it's a large, which doesn't make any sense, but it's now considered a huge class entity, and it's swinging its scythe at a much further reach. There is plenty. It's reaping a toll.
Basically, as I'm running, cast that spell, start running, reply back to Daedalus. If I can safely get a pot shot with within like a 15-foot cone of one of these creatures, I'm taking it as I'm running. Replying back to Daedalus, "There's an ambush out here!
We can see!"
As you say that, Daedalus, a small fountain of blood squirts up and hits onto the tiny hut. I believe the tiny hut does have a window, yes?
The
The
tiny
whole thing is like transparent.
Yeah, it's an opaque dome.
Oh!
Yeah,
So
literally
we
we
can
can
see
make
out of it.
Okay,
Yeah.
you guys can see out of it. Yeah, you're gonna see a dude getting his throat ripped open by... If any of you want to make a nature check, you can roll.
Yeah, okay.
11.
22.
do
A 9.
12.
18.
For those of you... Iapetus, Daedalus, Salus... Dogs? Wait, there can't be wolves in the fucking desert. Doesn't make any sense. Belky and Goldblum.
Hmm.
These aren't dogs. Well, not in the normal sense. They're jackals.
Yep.
I
And
hope
this
you know
thing's-
I had to keep myself from doing the fucking Family Guy bit with the word
Yeah.
jackal.
I think
So,
we all
uh,
appreciate everyone else's restraint and candor.
Yeah,
Yes.
no,
Yeah.
especially since Daedalus literally regularly has a club with 2 jackal folk.
Yeah, it's a jackal.
So,
This thing's tearing this guy's throat out.
It's a jackal no thing! Belky shouts.
alright, guys, we gotta go fucking now.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah, this looks fucking terrible, but whatever's going on is in that hole. The answer's gonna be in that hole. We gotta go.
Okay, fine! I grab my battle axe.
Daedalus
Let's
is
go!
literally at the edge of the hut doing the one arm out, the other arm swinging. Go, go, go,
We're
go.
going.
Summoning
I'm-
the sword as I run.
I am going to cast sending as we're running to the Sultan because this is some fucked up shit. Not to tattle on fucking Montana, just the sandstorm isn't a sandstorm that's going on. There are jackal people killing the archaeologists. Please help. We found things. Help, please. And I don't know how many other words, so I was just gonna leave it at that.
All right.
Accept this sending.
You send out this information. And you guys all begin to run in. Eventually, you all manage to get into the hole and allow me to put your tokens on. You were in the hole, Savant. Montana just immediately begins taking pot shots with his revolver. One jackal tries to jump up onto you, Belky, but you watch as Sheila just immediately lunges and catches this thing by the throat and crushes its entire neck. It is gory as hell. And
Jackal Knowles.
It's on all fours. They're just jackals. And eventually you all make it down into the chamber where, as you all kind of run in, Montana just immediately just goes over and goes, "Give me a second." And you watch as he pulls out a scroll, slaps it on the wall, and he rolls that thing from this side to this side. And you watch as he sticks 2, daggers, 2 of these knives into both sides. And you watch as he slits his palm and immediately slaps onto the scroll. And a barrier activates.
Ooh, is this guy fucking Kakashi?
Oh, sweet. Alright, that should buy us a little bit of time from harm. Don't worry, professors and my men can pass through. That thing's designed for harm against anything that would want to kill us. Problem is, it's a one-way thing. Meaning, it's only keeping the harmful things out. And if there's anything harmful thing in here, it can get out with us.
So trapped between a rock and a hard place.
I would just like to reiterate what I've been saying since the moment we've landed here. This land is cursed!
I guess that means we just don't let anything bad come out.
Salas is looking into the middle of the chamber. Oh, you got what you wanted, you piece of shit. Here we are, and here I am. Now let's see what you want me to come and fucking see.
Salas. As you say that, all 4 doors open up.
Oh no.
Oh, I am so intrigued.
And a strong gust of wind kind of sucks in. But what comes out is a very, very musty stench. stench. The stench of something that's been buried for a long time. And with that, we will end tonight's session.
And now we have to wait 2 weeks.
Yeah,
This is fine. This is fine.
Let's be real. We weren't meeting up next week anyways.
I know.
yeah, it's
No.
Christmas week. But yeah, nah,
Columbus.
somebody's got to cock tease you.
Yeah.
Also, I love that our party's finally like, okay, our mental health is terrible. We need to start like actually keeping us like, accountable.
We're constantly doing interventions for each other in the safest manners possible.
And the one who did it was Belky, of all people.
Yeah.
When
But,
when the person whose life is held on by like a thread, yeah, you've got problems.
I will say this while the session has ended. Understand that at least your professors are going to handle pretty well.
Good to
Montana's
know.
men, it's a 50-50 for them, but they got fucking rifles, and one of them's firing a mortar into the fucking sand.
Yeah.
What about our classmates?
Oh, they're protected.
Yeah,
They're in
protected.
the fucking. They're in the fucking huts.
In all honesty, our classmates are also every one of our classmates I have leveled sheets for. If anything, they could come out and like be fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but your professors are currently on the defense, so
And
considering. Yeah,
Montana's men are really the ones in the most danger here.
yeah, but considering
Yep.
they're all equipped at least with guns and shit, they can at least have a fighting chance.
The important thing is that they got forewarning of the ambush coming. Otherwise, they would have been sitting ducks in their tents.
Yeah,
hmm
believe it or not, Endir kind of saved a whole bunch of people's lives, because if he didn't, they would have had a surprise round,
Ooh.
and they were going to tear through shit, considering
Hmm.
these fuckers have pack tactics.
and the teachers telling them to keep the tiny huts like up was good too.
The
Mm.
fact
Because
that
that's
these
how
guys
some of
have
the students
managed
will stay
to,
safe.
these guys have taken picnic tables, thrown them over sides, creating makeshift target. They're basically creating pillboxes for them to fire their rifles out of, and small mini. Anything that's dug already is acting as a trench and
Mhm.
fortified position.
That said, it is time for us to start going around the horn.
Yes.
Let's start with our DM extraordinaire.
Hi everyone, Twitch, Twitter, JFrost747. Find me over on Good Beans channels like twitch.tv/PartingTart every Sunday, every Tuesday of this month as well. Sunday for War of the Shattered Sun, Tuesday for this month because it's Festive Fantasy, baby!
Yeah.
Hallelujah! You'll also be able to find us every other Tuesday after this month for our lovely Rascals and Ravnica campaign, where nothing can go wrong. It's not like we're about to enter a fucking war or anything because of some crazy ass shit.
I died.
I'm sad. Above game, in game, I'm angry. But you'll also find me here every other Saturday, being able to DM these lovely goons. And within 2 weeks' time, you'll get to see what the fuck this Tomb of Horror has to offer. Monsters? Traps? Monster traps? Trap monsters?
Annihilation.
No, there isn't a Zoma the Spirit in here or a Metal Reflect Slime.
I was about to say you just listed off just Yu-Gi-Oh creature types.
Who knows? Maybe you'll find Slifer the Sky Dragon, for all I fucking know.
Ah, shit, there's quick effects in here.
Oh, it's more than that! So before I summon Pot of Greed and end my turn, how about CG, you take over?
Hello, I am the CG. I played Salas, who I want to reiterate actually has a good relationship with their parents, but they've got kind of a shitty profession. You can find me nowhere because I don't much care for social media, but you can find me at all those cool places what J Frost just mentioned, along with, at least for a good chunk of them, the wonderful X Wiley Willie.
Hello, I'm XRLA Willie. You can find me on playing randomizers on Mondays on Twitch at XRLA Willie. On Tuesdays, as mentioned on Festive Fantasy and Ravnica. Thursdays on Helixux's channel. Every other week we play Randomizer Multi-World, where everything is kind of shared and shuffled. And I have a YouTube and Ko-Fi at Wily Willy and Blue Sky that I don't use yet, because I don't do social media as much. But you know who does do social media more, probably? Bob.
Greetings and salutations, friends. I am Shadow Dancer Bob. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Blue Sky, Patreon at Shadow Dancer Bob. I do D&D, a lot of D&D, like Maelstrom on Sundays and Ties That Bind on Wednesdays, and I play a villain on Wednesdays, and Saturdays I play this, and Thursdays is the Murder Cave with Baldur's Gate, and then there's Indare playing Cuisinier. There's a lot of stuff going on. You should pop by and see what's going on. Maybe I'll start Jurassic Park fairly soon, but that's about it as I go.
Hey diddly do. You can catch me here and on Instagram at Zymusite. You can catch me on pretty much everything else, including YouTube and Blue Sky and such at Zyme. Tuesdays, I'm playing Final Fantasy X. Fridays, I'm doing beat 'em ups and fighting games. It'll probably be Tekken at some point. Get around to it. We in there. You can also every so often catch me here on Vaughn's channel on Mondays, where hopefully we are going to be starting, possibly this Monday, Resident Evil 3, which we are looking forward to. I am looking forward to. Yeah, but that is me. When I'm not doing those things, I don't know. I'll let you know. You'll find out. Check Discord or something. Krista, it you.
It's me. Hello. I do not exist on the internet other than this show and sometimes as a disembodied voice in the background of other people's streams. And when Bob decides to play Jurassic Park, I will hit you up because I love that game. That was so much fun.
Yeah.
Let's see. Speaking of Bob, go!
I already went.
I forgot to click on the thing then. Who are we missing?
It's just me. I'll
Vaughn.
do the roundup.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yes. Hi, you've already found me here at twitch.tv/BurnoutVaughn. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, Blue Sky at BurnoutVaughn, and on Patreon at Burnout's Bar, where hopefully soon I'll get to put up another homebrew subclass. We've got a few of those together, but I need help formatting them, so it takes time to get out. But hopefully soon some more content there for the people who want to support the D&D content that we put out here. That being said, not much going on besides hopefully getting back into Wizard Sid Plays on Monday, but we already were visited by one of the other recurring folks on the stream who plays D&D with us, so another one's streaming right now, so we're going to go visit them. We're going to go hit up our good friend Blue Kazanate, who's doing an art stream right now, so I guess the question is, what should our raid message be? I'm thinking the Mummy's Curse.
We don't have a mummy, though.
Yeah, I was about to say, Wiley's actually on the better thing of, like, Darude Sandstorm.
Spam the sandstorm emotes. It's just...
Yeah, either
Dude.
Darude Sandstorm
Yeah.
or Sandstorm emotes. Thank you all for coming out. We will see you again in 2 weeks. We love you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Happy holidays.
Goodbye! I was talking